Well, we are live right now.
We just can't go on.
Just FYI, I think
We're
we're
live, and I
live.
just told everyone,
Yeah,
sorry I didn't do my hair.
yeah. You look marvelous. You look marvelous.
Neither did I, by the way.
Yeah.
Thanks. I just threw it up, you know.
I did do my hair. It's Wednesday, so it's haircut day. So I'm kind of, I'm on point. So
You get your hair cut every Wednesday?
yes, if I'm in town, yes, every Wednesday.
Huh.
Yeah, that's
I didn't think that. I didn't realize that. I mean, most guys' hair. Don't you usually get your hair cut every 2 or 3 weeks?
It depends on your. That has a lot to do with race. Just a little thing called.
Yeah, but okay.
Because the brothers, we get our hair cut at least once a week. Sometimes more than once a week.
Style.
Yeah, because
Okay, I got you. And he gets that fade thing going on.
Yeah, our hair grows kind of vigorously.
And then he goes. It's like a TV show, like the barbershop. He goes and talks to the brothers and tells them about guns and all that stuff.
It gets interesting.
Argues with them and all that.
Yeah. I guess we're already in the middle of this conversation.
Oops.
Yeah, we are live. We are live here. Ava, you got to mute that. We are live. Actually, let me do the open before I do anything else. Let's drop the opening, and it's not dropping.
Boom.
What happened?
Boom.
Hold on. Hold. No pre. Okay, let's see. Let me try this one more again.
Welcome
Boom!
back
There you
to
go.
Hank's strange situation.
I was going to say, if you're going to invite me on your show, can you at least have your act together?
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell so you could be notified on We Are Live. Ava, you know how we do this. Jazz hands, come on. Let's see the jazz hands.
I think
Ava.
so. I don't know.
You got to do the jazz hands. There you go.
Like that,
Yeah, there you go. Walter's doing jazz hands. We are live. This is the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. It's episode 461 with our special guest, Ava Flanell. I always say, because I say I say Flamel all the time, and Lola's like, this is not freaking Harry Potter. Because, I don't know.
At least you don't say flannel, which I get more often than not than Flamel. But it's Flanell. It sounds kind of French, kind of bougie, but...
Yeah. What is it really? You said it sounds French. What is it? Is it French?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. We're going to have to research that.
Yeah. That's really awkward. I don't really know.
No, you don't know? Okay. Someone out there who knows better than us. Let us know what it is.
Where did Flanell originate?
Yeah. And Ava is from Gun Funny, right? Gun Funny, that's the podcast?
The podcast. Mm-hmm.
All right. And then what other stuff you got going on?
I'm also a firearms instructor, and I just actually created my own YouTube channel. And because I think the last time I was on the show, I had a YouTube channel for my podcast just in case people didn't know how to download it,
right?
Like on iTunes or iHeartRadio. But
right.
I'd say I think within the last 6 months, I started my own YouTube channel. Just kind of, I don't know. Like last week, I was shooting guns out of a helicopter. No big deal, but just posting fun videos and stuff.
Yeah, that's weird. I thought you already had. Yeah, okay. So you had the podcast, but now you have your own YouTube, and then that's under Ava Flanell, right? Is that the name of it?
AVAFLANELL.
There you go. So everyone go subscribe. I'll try to pull it up here, but my internet's terrible right now, so it's probably slowing us down.
Is that why it keeps cutting out?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's me or if it's you.
I don't know. Is it me, Walter, or is it Ava?
The audio keeps going, but the video sometimes stops.
With Ava, right? Not with me?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ava, you got too much. You got to turn. Ava, you cannot look at the porn at the same time that we're doing
Dang
the show.
It. That's the only reason why I agreed to come on for 2 hours.
Oh, I thought it was.
You got all the hunks you need right here, me and Walter.
Great.
I don't know what else you need. I don't know what else. I don't know if you could possibly need anything else. Speaking of hunks, we're also going to talk about Beto O'Rourke and his mandatory gun buybacks, because he was on this interview that I just saw on CNN, and he couldn't tell the CNN people how he was going to do it. So we'll talk about that and other stuff. And of course, if you guys aren't familiar with Ava, we'll get you familiar. She's got guns. Walter's got guns. I got here's my guns for you guys. There you go. Enjoy the gun show right there. That's all you get.
Okie dokie.
Hope you enjoyed that, Walter.
Don't you always record the show with a bunch of guns behind you?
I used to. And
he's got his 2 bags of balls behind him.
Yeah. If you look
all right,
carefully,
that's all he needs.
if you look carefully back there, you'll see my balls above my head, which is not a usual. Well, here on the show, that's where they usually are, right there. Don't worry about that.
Yes.
Of course, the show is brought to you by Franklin Armory. Shout out to everyone from Franklin Armory, all the folks out there that support us. Shout out to all you guys who are coming in. As you come in, please smash the thumbs ups, ring the bell so you can be notified, throw your questions in here if you got questions for Ava and all that. Of course, we got Walter here also. There he goes, of Safety Harbor Firearms. What's up, Walter? I think we may get Babyface. Have you ever met Babyface, Ava?
No.
No. You haven't met the Babyface.
So is today my lucky day or not so much my lucky day?
You tell us when he comes on. We have to come up with a code so when he comes on, so you could tell us, but we know that he doesn't know.
All right, so if I think he's like cool or good looking, then I'm just gonna go like this. But if I don't like him, then I'm gonna like fix my hair.
There you go.
Okay. I hope I remember that. Walter, you try to okay.
And we can all start laughing.
This is the sign for cool or good looking, and then fixing the hair. That's
the nose is like okay, I approve. Fixing the hair is like this guy's got to go.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. You know what's really weird, and this has nothing to do with anything, but a lot of times I've noticed when the ladies, and I know this is going to be sexist or whatever, hey, guilty as charged. Whenever the ladies are on the live things, they're always flipping their hair back, and I'm always jealous of that. Does that make sense?
So if the women, they say if women touch their hair, or they play with their hair when they're talking to you, that means that they think you're cute.
Okay, I don't understand how that works in the internet, because every single woman I see going live is always flipping her hair back.
Well, then I guess you're just a hunk. We should change your name.
No, it's not me, but I'm saying if you're just watching them, no, not on this. What I'm saying is, okay, have you never seen women going live on something like on IG or Facebook or whatever, and then they're talking, and then they're constantly like, let me just flip my hair back a little bit. You never see that?
I never noticed it. No.
Oh yeah, I
think honestly, I think you have hair envy, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
And we should probably just change the subject.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay to have a little bit of hair envy.
Yeah. Boom.
Oh, Walter, you're agreeing with Ava. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
How long can you talk about?
I mean, right? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Like I know. I mean,
start talking about beards, and then he'll really get like.
Oh yeah, if you want to see me jealous, beards. Yeah. That's what I really hate when the ladies come on with beards. Man, that's just horrible.
And then they're just like,
"Look at my beard; it's so awesome." Yeah. Okay. I guess we do. Yeah. I guess we gotta.
But haven't you heard that before? That apparently, if you're talking to a girl and she starts playing with her hair, that she's attracted to you.
I have heard that, but that's in the olden world where people actually used to talk to each other in person. Remember the olden days? Back in like the 80s
now it's like
and the
it's
90s?
really hard. I don't think they have an emoji for the hair flip.
Yeah. So, because, I mean, yes, I agree with you. That's a very flirty thing. Like if you're in a bar or you're at a club or something or whatever, but I just don't, like nowadays with the internet, I don't know. So, Richard Hughes gave us a couple of bucks here in the super chat. He says, I have seen women go live on something. What does that mean?
I don't know, but if I can't watch porn while I'm on the show, he can't either.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. And Kathleen Music Lover says Hank likes hunky men with beards. Who doesn't? I mean, come on now. Who doesn't like that?
Wait, hold on. Somebody said, does that go for Brandon Herrera's hair? I actually hung out with Brandon last week.
Oh, you did?
And right when he walked in, his hair looked like a mess. And here I was like, oh yeah, Brandon, he's all like, looks like a little like Ken Barbie doll. And he walks in and his hair was just all frumpy. And I was like, dude, what happened? Like, bad day?
Yeah, I'm telling you. That's surprising. You should have taken a picture of him because I've never seen that.
I know. Actually, I do. I have a picture. But I was like, he's not that cute in person. But then the next day, I guess he like blow dried his hair, so it looked a lot better.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go, Brandon. Listen, if you're gonna go out in public, Brandon, you got to keep let everyone let us know what you use for shampoo right now. I use a combo, which I can't remember. Lola, let me know what my shampoo is. I don't know if that's gonna help anyone. Yeah.
I didn't know this was like a hair show.
I don't know if mine's dark and lovely. Brandon, you've seen Brandon on the show, Walter. I'm not sure if you two have been on at the same time. I think you have.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, Brandon does like to flip his hair. I think that means, according to Ava, he's flirting with us.
Guys that got to flip their hair is too freaking long. That's what it is.
I agree.
In their eyes and all this stuff, they constantly got to be. If I can get that.
It's probably better though than a man bun, because that is a.
Yeah, I'm not a real fan of the man bun.
That's a violation. Yeah.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah, and I know some macho guys like my friend Reed Henricks. He sometimes has a man bun, which I'm like, my brain can't compute this. Reed's all America. He's out in he's in Tennessee, up in the mountains and everything. Like, what's going on with the man bun, dude? So, yeah. See, we could keep talking about hair.
Yeah, and also, can I just add, like, I'm not like a big fan of like the big beards either, even though that's really popular in this industry.
Yeah.
Growing up as a child, back in the olden days, the only guys that had beards were bikers, old guys, and just bums. Bums.
Yeah.
It wasn't this like a 25-year-old guy with this uncontrolled growth on his face. It's just
Well, I think the beards is like a tactical thing. I know my dad was asking me about this years ago, and I was like, "Oh, those are tactical beards," which that's what I think they are. I think they're tactical because what we're seeing right now, I think, started with everyone going to war, Afghanistan, Iraq, and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of the troops have to get the long beards, right? Because it's kind of a thing over there that if you don't have a beard, they might think that you're not a dude. That's how they differentiate between the ladies and the men.
The manly men, right?
In some places in the world. Yeah, so seriously, it's like they don't respect you. They think that you're a kid or something unless you have a beard over there. So those guys have to grow out a beard, and then when they come back over here, they still have it. And then other guys see that and get jealous, and then start fronting with the tactical beards, like.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah, and then a lot of hipsters started doing it, and that's really bad.
That and the flannel, come on, come on.
Yeah,
like
hipsters with skinny jeans. Yeah, skinny jeans, flannel, and beards. Not.
Yeah, well, this is why I'm not married. Like, this is what's, in the dating scene right now.
Really? Well, what do you, come on. Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty much screwed. It's like, do I want to date a guy that looks dresses like a woman, or, it's it's tough out there.
Yes, it is. It's, what? The dating world is tough for everyone, not in the least the people like us that believe in freedom, Second Amendment, all those kinds of things. It's even tougher for us. No one wants to mess around with us, man.
Oh, I don't know.
We're contraband. Really, Walter? Yeah.
Right.
I would not like to be single on the market right now, I'll tell you that much. Well, I actually feel bad for my kids all the time, because I remember when back in the 80s, this is a long time ago, Ava. I don't know if you ever heard about the 80s or if you've ever seen any movies.
I was born in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was too young to.
Yeah. In the 80s.
Late 80s, I was born.
Late 80s. Oh my gosh. Okay, I graduated high school in '88.
I was getting married in the late 80s.
Yeah, that's what I say. Walter, you were what was you, 78 or something?
No. I got married when I was 28. Actually.
28. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was in the 80s.
Yeah, well, it was 1990. I just
1990.
Breached just came across.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I graduated high school 1988. Those were good times. Those were good times. You could actually talk to people, have relationships and stuff like that.
Do some drugs. Play some. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know, but no, we had crack, Walter. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't have no coke. You didn't have no cocaine.
No, crack wasn't the fun kind of drug like you guys had probably in the '60s or whenever.
Oh, I did. Yeah, in the '60s, like when I was 7. Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad. It's bad out there right now. I feel sorry for anyone having to do it. They need to hurry up and make the robots, is what I say.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I just want to say, a lot of people think that I'm young, like they're surprised by it. Like, what do I look like? Like I'm 40?
How old? Okay.
Everyone's
I'm not
just like,
falling into this
like,
trap, Ava. I'm not.
Yeah, well, you're gonna, because I was like, oh, I was born in the late 80s. You're like, late 80s. And I'm like, yeah, are you surprised?
Yeah. No, I figured you were like in your 30s or something.
I am. I'm in my early 30s.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's not too young, not too old.
Yeah.
You know, that's not bad.
Nah, I mean, they say the 30s is like the best part of your life because you're kind of established. You kind of know where you're going in life. You have some money in the bank. You know who you are.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, I think all those things are kind of true for me.
Oh, good. Congratulations. Yeah. I don't know. I'm in my 40s. I don't think I check off many of those boxes. I don't know. Listen, Shooting Gallery NE gave us $10 here. He says, let's see. If you're a construction worker or Army vet or farmer, you get a beard, but if your biggest accomplishment is waiting at GameStop for new Call of Duty, you don't get a beard. Okay. All right. Let's see how you enforce that one, because there's a lot of that. And Kathleen Music Lover, we actually have a couple of ladies that look at this show. Ava, Kathleen Music Lover says hipster man yuck. So you would you date a hipster or no?
Yeah, I might.
You might. Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of done dating anybody that's in the gun industry. So.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm looking for something totally different. So yeah, hipster might be, as long as they're like open-minded to like, guns, like I could maybe, branch off to that.
Okay, so Walter and we're out of luck. No gun guys for you, huh?
Sorry guys.
I'm spoken for.
Oh, okay. You listen. Go ahead, Walt.
I have, I work with my wife all day long. She's actually the CEO, so.
Mm-hmm. She's a saintly woman. She's a saintly woman to work with you.
But once she came to the dark side, meaning the gun side, and understand it's about money and you can make money with it, then she came. That's when the lights come on. Go, oh, I like this. I love guns. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love guns. Yes.
Yeah, it's always a good thing to be able to pay the bills.
Guns are good.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. See, I was gonna suggest a gun dating thing, which I don't know if there is or there isn't. Is there a gun dating site, like for gun people or second?
You can match people? Whether you're a CZ person or an HK person or you're.
Yeah.
Somebody said hipster means you shoot a CZ, and that's like so true. I've noticed.
Let's see who said that. David Cardinal. That's the criminal.
We got to get something straight here. I shot a CZ. I shot 2 CZs a day.
Yeah, CZ people are now going to get mad.
I'm not a hipster.
C4 Defense says, so you're into guys who carry CZs.
My son has a CZ.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I like CZs. I don't have a problem with those.
Oh, okay.
I think they're pretty good guns.
Yeah. There's some people who just think CZs, we get that here a lot in the, on this chat. I see there's some people out there who think CZs are for hipsters, but...
Yeah, my son has 2 CZs. He's not really a hipster. No.
If we categorize people by guns, okay, let's say CZs are for hipsters, then what's Glock? Is that for your everyday working man, your plumber dude? Is that what the Glock... Is a Glock like a plumber kind of gun? No?
No, I wouldn't say that.
What does a Glock guy look like in your mind? What is the Glock guy? What's the prototype?
A Glock guy.
Yeah, what does that guy look
like? I don't know. I would think Glocks they're a little bit more clean shaven, I think.
The Glock
I don't think they're like your everyday, like plumber. I think that they're kind of, clean cut.
That's interesting because there's a lot of people that discriminate against Glock ownership in the gun world. There's a lot of guys who think like, oh, that's for the poor people. Only the poor people have the Glocks.
I thought that was High Point.
Yeah, that's
No, that's the hood. That's the High Point.
Yeah, because when I started doing this, there were a lot of like the older guys. They refused to have Glocks. They were mostly like SIG.
Well, that
Beretta,
goes into
that
the
kind of
whole.
thing.
That goes into the plastic gun thing too. A lot of older guys don't like plastic.
Yeah,
guns.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
absolutely.
So if a
And
guy
I
has,
so
go ahead.
personally,
Hmm.
well, I don't think there's anything wrong with Glocks. Like I prefer Glocks over any SIG. Depends on the model, but like there's a lot of great guns out there. Even like Smith and Wesson, they make reliable guns, but for whatever reason, because of the angle of the Glock, I just shoot it better.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm all the way down with the Glocks, but that's me. That's me. What about you, Walter? What do you?
I'm down. I'm like cars. I'm down with things that work. So if the car is running and you turn the key and it goes, then I'm good with it.
Okay.
If you put the rounds in the gun and they go off and they run well, I'm good with it. So I don't discriminate against the guns. I take them all. So
Okay.
speaking of that, and here we go. Boom. What do you got here?
That's a high point.
That's a high point.
That's a high point. Okay. Walter is officially a gangbanger.
Yo, man.
Are you in the Crips?
Walter.
Are you in the Crips or the Bloods, Walter?
I'm into whites.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
That's a whole
Dang,
other.
man.
That's a whole other thing. That's a whole.
I didn't say nothing about nations or a group.
That's a whole other situation, Walter.
So you can be everything else, but you can't
Oh,
be.
and
Go ahead, Ava.
Kathleen wants to know what my favorite pistol is, and I'm gonna go off on a limb here and say the Springfield Hellcat.
Oh my god. And
I'm
that's
kidding,
where
I'm
we
kidding.
eject. No. Yeah, I know why. You have
And then
one.
you're like,
You have
and
one.
on that note,
Yes, and we're
thanks
out.
for coming on. We'll see you later.
No, I'm not gonna.
No.
The Hellcat. All right. Since we're
Meow.
talking,
No.
yeah, you've got one there, right? You've got one there. Do you have one?
I do actually have one. They did send
Okay.
me one.
Yeah. Were you gonna ask?
I haven't posted. I haven't reviewed it. I haven't posted about it. I have it
Okay.
actually right here. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with it yet, but I don't know. I have one.
Yeah, let's see. Hold it up
And,
to the camera so we can take a look at it because lowly
you
gun
didn't-
guys like myself, we won't get any of these from because pretty sure I'm on Springfield's hate list. But
I wonder why.
I also I also don't give a crap about them.
I
Yeah.
did, yeah. I'm not like a huge fan. I
Yeah.
did compare it though with the SIG P365, and it's very similar in size.
Mm-hmm.
I
Just
think
hold
the
it up.
Hellcat
Hold it up
might
a little
be
bit.
slight-
Hold it up.
Can you see it?
Yeah, you're Sorry, you're freezing a little bit here. So, okay, there you go.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so you said it's like the P365. I think it has a higher capacity, right? The magazines.
Yeah, I think by one round. It holds 13 rounds.
Oh, okay. How does it feel? Does it feel like quality?
It actually, so as much as I want to hate on Springfield and just be like, yeah, screw their gun, it actually feels pretty nice in my hand.
Let's
Okay.
remember-
And
let's
I
remember
also
some-
don't think that Springfield makes shitty guns. Like their XD model, just their plain XD is crappy. But other than that, like I haven't really seen too many issues with any of their other models. But
Mhm.
again, I'm not a fan of Springfield just because of, everything that they did politically.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Does it feel like treason? In your hands?
Let me
Does
see
it feel
one.
like-
Let me feel it again.
Yeah, does it feel how treasonous is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, no, I would say that's probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Let's remember something. All Springfield does is import it.
Yeah.
That's not their design.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not their.
Is that made in Kosovo?
It's made in Croatia.
Croatia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think all their stuff's made in Croatia.
All the plastic guns are. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know that Springfield, all of their stuff is from Croatia. It says Croatia on every one of their guns.
Yeah. Yeah, I have had a Springfield, what was it, a SD? Something like that? In the past, we had one of those. I thought it was a little bit too heavy, too bulky for me personally.
Which one did you have?
I'm trying to remember which one it was. I don't know if it was a XD.
Was it the XDM?
I can't remember. This was way, way back. I've done videos on it, but I can't remember. So we had one of those, and I know that Lola was using it at one point, but then she thought it was too much, too bulky, and all that, so we got rid of it. So,
Yeah.
yes, Ava is lagging. I'm not sure why, Ava. I don't know how you probably have a bunch of. I don't know if you have a bunch of windows open or.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah.
So frustrating because I mean, obviously, like I'll record my podcast and I'm not lagging.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's okay. It's all right. As long as we can hear you. Just sometimes your face is freezing and it looks, but I think
It
it's
looks
funny.
kind of bad.
Yeah, sometimes it
Yeah.
catches you at that right freeze. Like, no, just teasing you. It hasn't happened
Yeah,
yet.
no, I
I'll let
already
you
know what you're saying.
know.
Probably not a good look on me.
I'll let you know. Walter, were you trying to tell us something about Springfield?
Um,
You're not
well,
enjoying any Springfield hate from me and Ava right now? Is that
no,
not
you guys.
appreciating it?
I have an HS 2000, which was the XD before Springfield picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I paid, I think when I bought that, like in 2000 or 2001, it was like $249.
Mm.
And as soon as Springfield picked it up and turned it to the XD, it went to $349. And I'm like, holy shit! But it's my HS 2000 works fine. It works great. I mean, it's got all the features that
HS 2000 sounds like a Hank Strange gun.
HS 2000,
Right?
Yeah.
But then it went Springfield, and
Yeah.
it's all history after that.
Matt Morrison says, "Who makes their M1A?" And Kermit Love Bacon wants to know what's your YouTube page.
Ava Flanell, AVAFLANELL.
There you go, Kermit.
Yeah, Kermit, thank you for subscribing. Thanks ahead of time.
Yes, there you go. And then who makes the M1A? Is this Springfield make that? So that's made here. Everything else Croatia.
Well, no. I don't think the 45s they sell are made in Croatia. I said
okay.
I think it's just the plastic guns that are made in Croatia.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it says it right. It says it right on the side of the guns. They have to mark it like that. So
yeah. So I think Ava, you were saying, because I did notice a lot of people got these guns out on the Instagrams. I did notice that. Yeah. What did you think?
Yeah.
About
Apparently, I heard they sent out like 600 guns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, they're serious. Okay, that's good. That's
well,
good.
that's a dog eat dog market, man. Every time you turn around, there's some new little gun pops up, some little plastic gun, and it's like,
yeah. So that's a good thing.
Well, so honestly, I'm actually surprised that there hasn't been a gun that came out sooner that had, like the same mag capacity as the SIG P365, because for a while, like nobody was even coming close to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's what attracted everyone to the 365, even though it did have, it still has some issues, but I don't know. I'm surprised that like more companies haven't figured out how to develop like a smaller gun that holds just as many rounds.
Yeah, I mean, this just does one more, which listen, I'll take it. I'll take the one extra round.
That one more could save your life.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take it. And then I think this comes with a very fancy box, right? Am I wrong about this?
It did. So
okay. Do you have the box?
So I don't think. Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
One second.
Yeah.
All right. There's 123 people watching, and there's only 10 thumbs up.
Only 10.
What are you guys doing with your hands?
Are you seeing 10 thumbs ups, Walter? That's interesting.
That's what I'm seeing, but I see 127 watch. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh.
Maybe it's wrong. Maybe I can refresh. Let's refresh it, see what happens.
Yeah, Walter, I think you might want to take a look at that.
100. I'm seeing 128 watches.
With
Yeah.
66.
All right. So.
Wait, hold on. Let me put this on Ava so we can see this awesome box.
All right. So I open up the box and it's like, voila.
Wow, look at that.
Holy shit.
Look at that awasomeness.
That
That's
little dinky gun
Yeah.
got that big ass box? Come on.
That box is
better.
$200.
So then you open this up. Has like the nice little fancy. You're like, whoa, is there cigars that come in here too?
Wow.
Like a Bible.
Let me put this down. I'll show you.
Yeah.
The Springfield
So
Bible?
everyone that got it, they have it. They put like presented to whoever the person is.
Mm-hmm.
Then I also got a holster from Crossbreed.
Oh.
Wow.
That's
Nice.
not the normal box. That's the special people.
This
box.
is the this is for all the muckety mucks, the uppity ups.
The Vault-Tec safe.
The cream of the crop.
Are you guys looking at
Wow.
my Vault-Tec safe?
It comes with a safe. Is that like how's that activated?
I
How does that?
honestly, I have not really opened. So as soon as I got this, I had to fly out to Texas like the next day. So I really haven't even had time to mess around with this. But I will say that some of the people that received this, some of them got it with the red dot on the back, but I wasn't good enough for that. So I guess, it kind of just depends on,
Oh,
I don't know,
yeah.
how many followers or whatever you have in order to get, what stuff in whatever box.
Yeah, Shooting Gallery NE says that's reaching Hudson H9 territory. I think they actually
Right.
outdid Hudson. That looks more than what you were getting with a Hudson, and of course
Yeah,
Hudson
but
went out of business.
you're not going to
I
get that
know.
when you buy it from Joe's Gun
Yeah,
Shop.
yeah,
You're not
yeah.
going to get that
Yeah, you're
box.
getting a brown paper bag.
You're getting
Yeah,
a
I don't think that this is going to come with your purchase if you buy one.
your name
No.
on it.
Well, listen, that's cool. I understand where they're coming from. I also noticed that a lot of from what I saw, now I know there's probably dudes out there that got it, but I did notice a lot of the ladies on Instagram got those boxes. Do you think that like maybe Springfield's thinking the because typically the women are getting more views than the dudes because there's a lot of dudes on there, right? I'm not trying to say anything
I don't know.
weird or
So
funny about anyone. That's just a reality.
I haven't really seen too many women. I know Avery from Skips Tactical. Um, what is that girl's name? She's blonde. Her stuff's hilarious.
Uh,
Um,
Blonde.
the
There's
Good
a
Patriot or something.
Oh, okay. Good Patriot. I don't even know.
Um,
No, I never heard of the Good Patriot.
she's like up and coming. She's actually
Yeah, I
she has
think I
some pretty
saw
funny videos.
Van Lethea had one, and I follow her on Instagram. Um, I
Yeah,
think
but I
she's
don't know
cool.
how many women actually got it. I know of a lot of guys because literally the next day after they said they announced it, and then the next day everybody received it, and it was like my entire Instagram was like flooded with this, and that's why I was like, all right, one,
Hmm.
I'm not posting pictures. I haven't decided like how I want to deal with it. Um,
Hmm.
and I don't even know if I'm going to do a review. Like I might just do a review in case people are interested and
Hmm.
I'm actually even curious to see like how it shoots because like I said, I haven't had any issues with any Springfields in the
Hmm.
past. I like the way that this gun shoots, or I'm sorry, I like the way that this gun feels in my hand. I like the sights. I don't know if you guys saw these sights. They're pretty cool.
Now here, let's get a close up of that. Okay, it's kind of like a U from
Yeah,
what I could see
it's a
here
little
with a
different.
tritium or whatever it is, iridium, some kind of radioactive stuff up front.
Yeah. Um,
Uh huh.
so I
Okay.
don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm not doing it so quickly because I know that everyone and their
Yeah.
mom is doing one right now. So
Do you think it's a
maybe in the
bad thing
future.
that they did that, or do you think it's a good thing? Are you in the middle of that? What do you think that they sent it out to so many
So
different people?
well, I think that right now advertising is extremely difficult. It's so difficult to reach your market because if you think about just today, how many advertisements we've seen, like how much there's ads all around us. There's
Mm-hmm.
companies all around us. And I think that we're just so used to seeing it that we don't even pay attention to it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like billboards, magazines, newspaper, all of that stuff is, in my opinion, obsolete. So there's very few things nowadays where you can, put your advertising dollars to that I think are effective. And
Mm-hmm.
influencer marketing, quote unquote influencer marketing, I think is extremely effective, especially if um, you've built up a following, they respect your opinion. And I mean, that's why like I will always say, exactly what I think about a product, even if
Mm-hmm.
somebody is paying me, like they're not paying me for my opinion. So, because the minute that I lose my credibility, then, I pretty much just lose,
Mm-hmm.
what I have. So, I think if you're like, hey, I like this gun, you'll probably like it. I didn't have any issues. Like, I think that it is effective advertising. And maybe this was their way of like coming back with like kind of just coming back strong. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe it slightly backfired in their face.
Okay. Okay. I think good comments there from you, Walter. Do you have any opinion? Like you're on the manufacturing side. What do you think about
Yeah.
this as so far as marketing wise?
Well, I mean, if they give it out to 600 people and 200 people do something,
It's a lot of
that's a lot. That's a lot of
lot of
stuff out there
exposure.
all of a sudden. Yeah. Plus they'll have traditional advertising too. Springfield will. So
do you think they're gonna still do that? I mean, let's see.
Heck yeah.
600
They always have.
guns.
I think
What
every
does that
company.
cost?
I mean, I think every big company at this point is still doing advertising. Like they're still taking out ads, like in Recoil magazine, even though I don't think that it's going to get you anywhere. But it's like one of those things where, I'm sure that. Well, okay, so for me, for my age group, I don't think it's effective. But you still have to think that there are older people out there that are probably still reading magazines, and so maybe they probably will still advertise like how they have in the past, kind of like the old ways of advertising.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive move. So let's say they sent out. Where'd you get the numbers from? 600 guns. Is that online somewhere?
I heard it from the agency that I signed with, that I work for.
Okay, so let's say 600 guns. Let's say those guns cost them $250. I mean, packaging is way over. That packaging is more than $250. But let's put it at that. That's $150,000. That went out there.
Yeah, but think about how many eyes are probably seeing that, because they didn't just send it to anyone. They sent it to people that actually have, a decent amount of following.
Yeah.
So in hindsight, it was actually probably kind of cheap, like cheaper than it would have been to do any of the other like typical marketing.
Yeah, I'm not coming down on them at all, because I agree with what you're saying. Think about it. Yes, they can buy ads in magazines. I don't really think that amounts to a hill of beans. I don't think magazines really. I don't know who reads magazines. I definitely don't. I think there's probably some firearms industry executives that likes to put magazines up on their wall. I usually see magazines when I go over to Walter's shop, sitting somewhere on the counter. I'm like, oh, there goes a magazine. I think people look at those if they're in it. So that's totally useless as far as I'm concerned. People who are actually in the gun industry and, like you said, have a following and they put up something, I think that's way more powerful. They can't go to TV, right? They can't advertise on TV or much of anywhere else.
Or even social media, which is also effective marketing, but social media keeps, shadow banning us.
Yeah, so I think it was effective, and definitely everyone heard about it. They called it the Hellcat. I don't know why. What's the rationalization behind it being the Hellcat?
Yeah, I have no idea for the name, but I think that it backfired on them in the sense that I don't think a lot of people knew what Springfield did. And then the minute that they came out with this and they gave it to a bunch of influencers, there was a lot of people that started, throwing shade on Springfield and telling them what happened, in Illinois, and it drew a lot of attention. And now anytime that I see anybody post anything or do a review on the Hellcat, they're all just like, oh, you're a shill, you're supporting a gun,
all that kind of stuff gets
you're supporting a manufacturer that doesn't support the Second Amendment rights.
Yeah, I think that so do you think that they did this because they knew that putting out this gun they would get this kind of negative pushback, and they wanted to override that, or they just didn't think that this was going to happen?
I definitely don't think that they expected this. I thought that they thought that this would be effective marketing, which they had the right idea, but I think that and maybe they think that a lot of people forgot about what happened, because how many times do you hear like X products, like the guy's wife who was donating money to that anti-gun organization, things like this, like every week something comes up, and how quickly we forget about it. Like now I'm sure everybody's back shopping at Walmart, even though a few weeks ago everybody was like, screw Walmart, they don't allow open carry. So I'm thinking that Springfield probably thought that they, everyone kind of forgot about it. They figured they were going to come out, kind of really push this product. It would be effective marketing. But then, there's a lot of other people that were still mad about it in the industry. They started posting about it, and then their followers read into it and looked into it.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to jump in here, Walter. I would say, okay, we got to separate Walmart and some of the other companies a little bit here. I would say the gun guys don't forget easy, first of all. So I don't think that there's any gun guys who are looking at the news that are forgetting or forgiving Walmart. I think Walmart kind of, I don't want to say a monopoly, but they have very close to that because of the kind of like prices they've forced on everyone. And there's lots of people that are just like what are their choices if they don't go to Walmart? If they, where are they going to go shop? They're going to go shop at Target. Target hates you too. And it's more expensive.
I don't go to places where they like to have guys in the girls' restroom. That's not.
So it's like when it comes to that, we have to buy groceries, or we got to buy certain things, and I think that's the reason why Walmart has kind of gotten that pass. You're right, because there's just what can you afford? Are we going to go to Whole Foods? Where are we going to go to buy stuff? I wish there was an alternative to Walmart. Really.
I know, and I was thinking, all right, I'll just order from Amazon, but Amazon, they've even taken off a lot of their, gun products and stuff.
Yeah, we're kind of like trapped with that, and we got to eat unless we're just all going to hunt and milk our cows and all that kind of stuff. But I think, okay, so let's say we put Walmart on the side, and I'm not trying to I personally am very, very upset with Walmart.
Same. I honestly have not been there since.
Yeah. I've tried to not deal with Walmart. The person who's chiefly in charge of the things that get bought from Walmart, has informed me that based on the fact that I have to eat, there's gonna be some Walmart involved in in the shopping.
If you employed this, I'm not going there thing, and I'm not doing this, you're not going to have much left.
No. When it comes to that, no.
You can't fly in an airplane. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't ride a bicycle. You can't. I'm not buying anything from China. Well, guess what?
Oh man. If you're trying to boycott China, good luck with that.
I get all that, but it comes to a point where it's like, okay, it's not like they're telling me I can't come in their store because I own a gun. I'm open carry, that's cool. I mean, they had a big problem at the Walmart with the guns. So I'm not supporting that what they did, but I'm like, okay, I kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, we've got to find a better alternative before we can get to them. And this is the thing with see now, gun companies are not in this position, right? Because it's so competitive in the industry. I mean, we're spoiled for choice when it comes to handguns or ARs. Or most, I'm trying to think about classifications of guns.
Something you don't have
only
a choice
a few people make. Yeah, when it comes to guns, is there a gun company that we have to buy from? I'm trying to think.
No, I mean, unless you want some hot, hoity-toity high-end shotgun or something. I mean, there's
lots of shotguns, yeah.
No, I know. But
maybe 50s. It's only you and Barrett, I think, making 50s.
No, there's more than two people making 50s. But once again, that's a very small market.
It's not a big market. Yeah, I think that when it comes to it, like with Springfield, people have a choice here, and so I don't think people forget about Walmart, but there's not a lot of pressure that we could put on them, and they kind of know this.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah. Also, I was talking to someone about this. I think not on air, but you know what? Walmart probably was losing business when it came to ammo and stuff like that anyway. They might have been losing business when it came to all the other guns for all we know.
I tell you what, you go to Walmart in Kentucky where I was just at in Radcliffe, there was guns, and and I wasn't looking for AR-15s, and I was, but I just know there was guns and there was ammo. I've heard from other people at other Walmarts in the country, they actually have reloading supplies in the Walmart. Yeah. Which I didn't know that. Gunpowder and things like that. So I don't know what to tell you. It's one of these things where I'm not going to run my life based on what one company does. I can't do it. You can't. You wouldn't be able to buy any gasoline either. Where are you going to buy gasoline? A company that doesn't get it from someplace you don't like. I mean,
That's
you ever bought Citgo gas from Venezuela? Ooh,
Citgo. No, you know what? I don't go to Citgos too often, but there are a lot of them out there.
But if you were out of gas and there was the only place to go, would you go? Heck yeah, you'd go. You're not walking.
Have you ever seen Florida when there's a hurricane coming? You can't even
get the gas wherever
everyone
you can
sells. People just buy all the gas.
I don't care if it's the guy's wearing a turban when I get the stuff. I'm getting gas to get going.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So. Well, and this is the reason why the price of gas has stayed so low. Because the gas that we get, not all of it, right? Because we've got all these limitations on us taking petroleum out of the ground or ocean or wherever it is, we're only doing. I think shale is mostly what we're going after, and shale is too expensive at these prices. So as long as OPEC keeps the price low, then we keep getting our oil mostly from overseas, and if it gets high, then we go get our own shale, right? And that's the only time it makes sense. So
the U.S. is one of the U.S. exports oil, so we'll just leave it at that.
Who does the U.S.
All right. Well,
export
I'm so bored with this conversation.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna talk about some guns.
Yeah. Oh, are we boring
I'm like,
you?
yeah, great.
We're
We're on.
boring you?
This is the Hank Strange oil podcast.
Yeah, we talk about everything over here. Ava.
First we talked about hair.
See, yeah.
Now we're talking
So-
about oil.
And that was so much. That was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah. Don't you want to, we were talking about dating before. Don't you want your dudes to be well-rounded? I mean, we are some well-rounded dudes right here. Well-rounded in lots of ways.
I think
Well-rounded
it's
in the
definitely important
stomachs.
to be well-rounded.
Yeah, well-rounded in the stomach. Well-rounded in the knowledge.
Have you had exposure to the Beretta 81?
Oh boy, here we go.
Have you touched the Beretta 81 that's coming in the country now?
The Beretta
No.
81.
All the surplus places, all of like AIM and all these different companies are all selling these Beretta 81s, which are it's a nice little handgun. Anyways, 12 shot, 32 auto.
Yeah. What do you know about that, Ava?
What do you know about that?
Yeah.
What, the Beretta?
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of experience with Berettas. I don't like Berettas.
Yeah. Walter, that translates into old man gun.
No, it's...
Dude, I know. I was just thinking that. I was like, wow, who invited the FUD on the show?
Man.
Oh, it's a good thing.
I'm a ball breaker.
I guarantee Max done Military Arms Channel.
Okay, well then.
And Mr. Guns and Gear probably. And on and on.
Yes,
maybe
okay,
even,
well that's true.
Maybe even the big tall guy that talks funny. Maybe he's even done one too on it. So
the big tall guy that talks funny. I don't even know who that is.
Oh, you know who it is. Him and his son, both big tall guys.
Hickok? Hickok?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the big tall guy that talks funny.
Oh, okay. Hickok talks funny?
He got an accent. He's from up there in Tennessee.
Oh, okay. I see. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean.
All right.
Yeah.
There's lots of gun guys in this gun world. Lots of guys have accents. What's up?
Can I just answer a few questions? Because some people asked, what do I prefer shooting, rifle or pistol, or what disciplines do I enjoy shooing?
Yep.
So I enjoy shooting pretty much everything I learned. Like I started with handguns, and then I, got into, I don't know, I guess long guns, like built a few ARs. Then I started getting into AKs. And then recently I just got into long distance shooting. And last week I shot a mile.
A mile.
And I would have probably done that sooner, but in Colorado, where I am, there's only a range that exceeds 1,000 yards. So when I was in Texas, it was a good opportunity, and I only had like 20 minutes to set everything up, do it, and then pack everything back up and leave.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hit that. So yeah, really anything that has a trigger on it, I'll shoot.
Yeah. So did you hit something from the mile?
Yeah, of course I did.
Okay, cool.
It was steel.
Yes, nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, I shot a mile. I don't know where it went, but I'm pretty sure it exceeded a mile.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. I shot at steel. I had I got it on video too, because I'm like, just in case people,
That's what I was gonna say.
People always question.
Yeah, if it's not on video, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it on video.
Yeah.
But long distance shooting's it's really like increasing in popularity right now.
It's fun. I
don't know if you guys have noticed that.
Yeah, I know I like shooting from a distance, and we were supposed to do the PSA event, which I think something, for some reason you weren't able to come out there. Maybe like flights or something like that.
Yeah, I had my entire suitcase packed heading to the airport, and then my connecting flight got delayed, my first flight got delayed, and I would have missed my connecting flight, and I was just like, you know what, just forget it. And then they wouldn't have been able to get me in until the next day at 7 p.m. So I would have missed range day, which I was looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, it would have just been a few tours. So I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just cancel the trip, and that's what I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there was something going on with the airports at that time. I remember that because you weren't the only one.
Yeah.
That was having airplane troubles. But yeah, we shot at a mile
I saw
out there.
That was really cool. So was the gun already set up, and was everything or did you have to like dial in your optic and
No, they had it all set up. There was like
so you just had to pull the trigger. So you just had to be a good trigger puller.
Well, it's not that easy, Ava. You know? I mean, you've got to have skills to listen to the guy, to hold where the guy's telling you while the guy's spotting and telling you hold it. But it's how you pull the trigger. Actually, that's where the
dude. It's so much. Pulling the trigger is like everything, and I've always been a good trigger puller. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's
why are you laughing, Walter?
Important. What?
Walter had a little smirk on that one, Ava.
I'm just listening. That's all.
Yeah, I noticed he had a little smirk. Listen, I enjoy shooting long distance. Actually, I would have spent the whole day doing that. So if they would have it would have been fun to get the gun, nothing set up, and actually go through all of that, because I think that stuff is very therapeutic, personally.
Yeah, and also with long distance shooting, it's not just, there's so many other factors that you have to include. So I don't think I'll ever get bored shooting handguns, ARs, AKs, shotgun, whatever. But with long distance shooting, there's just so much that you have to think, like, okay, the wind and even like, the
curvature of the
cartridge
earth
dropping.
Yes,
and everything.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's so much more difficult. So when you do reach that goal, it's so much more rewarding.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And by the way, Richard Hughes says, Hank, need some aloe for that burn? Yeah, there you go. Ava is a burn master. You guys have probably missed like about 20 burns from Ava at this point. You're going to have to rewind this and go listen to she's like a burn machine. Lots of burns coming out there. I'm used to it. So.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. I got on a fireproof suit.
I figured,
Uh-huh.
It's good entertainment.
Yeah, because I know you set yours up in 20 minutes. With nothing, set up in 20 minutes and then hit the steel.
I did. Well, so it was right after I was shooting at the helicopter, and my ride was leaving like in 20 minutes, and there was a range like right next door that went to a mile, and so I was like, hey, like, can I just leave real quick? I'm gonna try to do this because it was like my one opportunity, and because I know that in Colorado I don't have that. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, yeah, don't worry. And so it was me and a Patreon who's a female, and she's like a total badass. And she let me shoot her like custom bolt action gun. I don't even know all this stuff. I've been meaning to actually get like a breakdown of all the custom parts, but it was 300 Win Mag, and we set it up like in record time and then quickly shot it. And I think within 3 shots, I hit the mile.
And you're claiming there was no setup. You just said a custom gun that belonged to... She didn't have that pre-set up, Ava? Seriously? I want an investigation into this.
The scope. I had to dial in the scope so that it would, work for me. And I think before that, like, it wasn't... She wasn't shooting a mile previously. So it's not like, I put the gun together and then shot the mile.
You know what's funny? So you live in Colorado, and I've heard this before. You live in Colorado, but you don't get to shoot. There's no opportunities to shoot long distance in Colorado with all this open spaces?
Probably in other places within Colorado, but in Colorado Springs, the only range that I have access to it's 1,000 yards. That's the longest range in Colorado Springs, and it's like hit or miss if it's open.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Because now I'm like, the minute I hit the mile, I immediately was like, all right, what's next? What can I do now?
Yeah.
What's after this? So it's addicting.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I want.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's cool. I think that I do enjoy long distance. I enjoy all kinds of shooting, to be honest with you. You know, and it's all skills that if you don't practice these things, you lose it, So, for example, I was, and I'm not trying to segue, but here's another gun thing. I just released a video of the CPX4 from Sky, and that has like a double action, really long trigger pull, and I threw up a video of that, and there's some people like, oh, you're a terrible shot. CPX4 is hard. Now, first of all, I saw Ava's video on this. Ava was a better shot than me.
Yeah, I was like, did you see because I shot pretty accurately with it.
Yeah, I saw your thing, Ava. I did. I saw that. So, whatever.
But in your defense,
I think some of that was CGI. Some of that was CGI, Ava. I'm just
What's
saying.
CGI?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, computer graphics.
What is CGI?
Computer generated graphics.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, computer.
just yeah.
What? Computer generated images.
Images.
Man,
Yeah.
if I was that good at like editing videos and stuff, I don't know. I'd probably have way more more YouTube subscribers.
Yeah, and you are a trainer, so, huh?
Yeah. Well, and like I said, I'm a good like finger puller. I'm a good trigger puller.
Trigger puller.
So it really doesn't matter. I mean, the trigger, as long as it's not like, as long as the trigger is not like extremely heavy, I can definitely, I can shoot it well.
Yeah, you've got good shooting skills, and typically, I think, hey, the women are typically better than the men, and then when they're trainers and they train people for a living, they better be extra special better. So whatever. Also, I'm not worried about being that accurate, to be honest with you, when I'm shooting. So I have this debate with people all the time.
You're shooting like an operator. You're just going for center of exposure.
I'm putting rounds on you, baby. I'm not trying to get MOA on a,
I have the gun right in front of me. You want me to show everyone how long this trigger pull is?
Right. Yeah. Let's show people, and then I'm gonna put up this comment here real quick from Brian Quick. He gave us a couple of bucks. He wants to know what's Ava's favorite Billy Ocean song. So we can all take bets on it.
Lover Boy.
Lover Boy.
Oh, yeah, Lover Boy. Isn't that a Billy Ocean song?
You know better than I do, because I have no damn clue. I'm gonna have to search that. Go ahead, Ava. Show us the thing. Let me see if that's a Billy Ocean song.
So I confirm the gun's unloaded. Mm-hmm. So now I'm just going to. Can you see?
Yes.
Can you see the gun?
Yeah.
All right. So.
Yeah, you might have to do that again because you froze up.
Safety was on.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Yeah. And that safety right there is the first thing that I don't like, by the way.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's fine.
Right there's the reset, yeah. It's got
Isn't
a very
that insane?
So
and the
there's
safety,
a reason.
I've heard from, is it because it rubs up on your hands? Because I've heard people have issues with that. I didn't have that issue. I actually thought the gun was pretty pleasant to shoot, considering I think double action is like, I don't even think that there's a reason for double action in the industry anymore. But I thought it shot actually really well, the trigger aside.
Yeah, I think it did shoot well, even when I was shooting it, and that's because it's got some kind of like quad lock. What do they call it? Like robot quad lock?
So I was trying to figure that out, and I was actually, when you said that we were going to talk about this gun, I was excited because I was trying to figure out like what the hell is the Quobuck quad lock. And it had certain things where it was like, oh, the barrel sits a little bit lower, and then there's this. The only thing that was different from any other gun that I could figure out was there was like a little pin right by the barrel or something. And again, I don't know enough to even explain what I read because it still didn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, so let's see if Walter, do you understand what quad lock is?
Not a clue.
Yeah.
Is there a little trademark or R next to it, like it's trademark?
Some kind of weird. It is. Is it Roebuck or Quobuck? You just said Quobuck.
It's Roebuck.
Roebuck.
Okay. It's Roebuck.
Okay, so my understanding.
And I don't think that it's.
By the way, we've got Babyface P joining us.
What's up?
Babyface P is in the house here. So my understanding of that, from what I saw, is that when the barrel and everything's coming back in, it's like it's avoiding when it's out of battery and it comes back into battery. It's locking into 4 different points. So therefore, it's more stable every time that you can actually pull that trigger. It's more stable, and that's the reason. That's what makes it more accurate. If that makes any kind of sense. It's the barrel and everything,
I thought that it shot really accurately, and it had very little recoil. I mean, there was very little muzzle flip. Granted, it's a 380, so but I guess my only complaint is like the trigger, and then I don't know why the safety is ambidextrous when the rest of the gun is not ambidextrous. Like the mag release is still located on the left-hand side. Same thing with the slide lock. So I don't understand why the safety has to be on both sides. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
And I think that Sky has a CPX3 which doesn't have that safety. I don't like safeties, but that's.
I don't like any active safeties.
Yeah, That's just me. It's an easy gun to take down. I know that. I didn't show that in my video because that's like a guarantee. Well, anyway, YouTube demonetized it anyway. Any gun thing I do, if I pull the trigger, YouTube demonetizes it. But they especially don't like you showing how to take the gun apart. So.
Okay, here we go. Now this is how. No.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, go ahead, Walter. You can do it if you want to. I mean, or Ava, you can take it apart if you want to, and you'll see, like, I guess if you look in... See, the way to tell the whole quad lock thing is if you try to shake the slide, you'll notice that it's tighter than on some other guns, that you get less play in the slide. And I think that... Yeah, let me close up on you if you could hold it up and do it.
Does that have something to do with the fact if you jam it into somebody, movement. It won't come out of battery?
No, that's the double action. So Ava was saying earlier that she was, like, you know...
I don't think that, and I think I pissed a few people off because they were like, get her off here, she doesn't like double action, and they were like throwing like tomatoes at me, and I was like, no, I'm too pretty for this.
Wait, where did this happen?
One of my Red Bear did it.
Yeah, I think there was two people that got a little
well, first of all, ignore anything Red Bear says, because Red Bear is actually an inside joke.
Yeah, he's mine.
Yeah,
actually.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
my millennial.
Yeah, that's Walter's son.
Yeah.
So he sits here and he just.
Who, by the way,
so that explains.
Yeah, he's the one with the CZ.
Why he likes double action.
Yes, yeah, and he trolls us the whole time. So there you go. But that's he's our buddy. He's just
he's just busting you.
Yeah, he's just trolling us. So I think the double action is for this, and this is something that I noticed in my video. If you take that gun, Ava, and put it a little bit out of battery, you'll notice that the trigger is still going to work and it's still going to function. So that's a lot like a revolver. So here, let me.
Actually, you're right. Did you see that?
Do it again. You froze up, but you got to hold it up a little higher into the camera if you don't mind. So
right here.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so it's a little bit out of battery. Which it would be if you pushed.
Fired.
Yeah, it's still firing. So that would be the reason.
Also, can we talk about this thing?
What thing?
Just drop one key. Don't worry, I got a second one in here. But what the hell? Like, why?
Oh, the trigger guard lock?
Because legally they have to.
I mean, I guess unless you're storing it long term, but if you want quick access to this gun, like, good freaking luck. Even now, I'm like...
Politicians decided trigger locks were a necessity, and everybody now has to have them.
Yeah.
Even though I throw every one of those things goes straight in the garbage when I buy a new gun.
Yeah.
Well, well, it's just like the little
the
loop thing.
The loop. And I would say
it's like
that's a law that it has to be there. But by the way, so even if you're selling that gun used, I don't think personally, if you're personally selling it, you don't have to do this. But if you're an FFL like I am, Walter is, if you sell that gun, the law now, you have to sell, even if it's used, it has to have a lock.
So what you're telling me is now I need to just give you all of my old locks so you can start selling shit? Because seriously, I throw them straight in the garbage.
I can't give.
Yeah, you should probably start keeping those now.
Yeah. So I can sell stuff.
those little loopy locks that you get with the guns, I've tried to give them to people and they won't take them.
It's because they're junk.
Oh no! I mean, what are you going to use it for?
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust it on as a bike chain. You can pick those things open. You can break them. Like, they're not security.
Let me show you guys something.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm scared.
Walter
Wait, is it
up.
porn? Because I'm starting to get withdrawals.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Walter's gonna get. Let's see. What did you get? Okay.
This has to be the record for a loopy.
Oh, what the hell? What is that for?
This came with I think a Savage shotgun.
So it goes all the way through the barrel, and
I think it goes all the way through the action and stuff.
Yeah.
Damn.
I can't get rid of this because this is incredible.
Yeah.
But
that is so stupid.
I was like, maybe it's like you wear it or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
what was the rapper that wore a clock?
Flavor Flav.
Yeah, Flavor Flav. That's your Flavor Flav necklace.
Yeah.
Well, yo, man, come on.
Wait, did somebody say Ava Flav?
Ava Flav.
There you go. If you wear it, you could turn into that.
I'll send it to you.
Halloween
yeah,
this year.
Ava Flav in the house, and then I'll come in. I should have walked in with like a big clock,
Yeah.
around my neck.
You should be Ava Flav. You need to go lock that down. You
I
better
know.
trademark that.
Yeah.
Hold on,
I know.
buying that
AvaFlave.com.
AvaFlave.com, going right
Ava
now.
Flav right now.
Yeah, hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Can you rap? Can you
Actually,
freestyle?
I'll be right back. I ran out of beer.
Oh.
Well, hey, that's a viable excuse. Come on.
Is that what you have in there? Beer? Really?
Beers.
Well, maybe not, but can
Oh.
you tell? It could be coffee, it could be beer, it could be vodka. We don't know. It could be White Claw, actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can we just take a second and talk about White Claw?
I don't
No.
even know what that is.
Oh my gosh.
It's a malt beverage, right?
Oh, it is?
All right,
Okay.
hold on.
Seltzer.
This is going to be so funny.
It's seltzer?
hard seltzer.
Oh, hard.
Yeah.
Oh, the hard seltzer is a
liquor
big deal. Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. I'm gonna be that basic bitch and say that I actually kind of like it.
Look at the guns, by the way. Boom. Oh, I'm sorry. Ava is winning all the awards. Let's see what can we recognize over there on her wall.
Oh, you know what? Somebody wanted me to show off my unicorn AR.
Unicorn. Okay.
So I will
let's see.
do that.
Okay. Take your time.
Ugh.
Because
Hold on.
the people are kicking in the door right now.
Yep.
Oh man, I don't know. I can't get it off.
Take that lock off.
Press the
It's in
magazine
now, man.
release.
Yeah, where's the trigger lock?
You gotta
All right,
press-
well, we're not going to do the unicorn one right now.
Oh, okay. It's probably it's stuck on
But-
there, right?
I think it is, yeah.
I like the AK that's back there too.
Oh,
That's
look at
very
this
nice,
one.
by the way. That's a nice AK. Oh, okay. That's a snack. That's a snack.
Yeah.
Don't step on snack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah. That's a cool color. The distress,
You don't like it.
The distressed.
All right,
It's
you know
a
what?
little
This
bit.
one's
It's a
for
little
you.
bit too. Yeah. Oh, rude. Oh. Yeah. Bless your heart.
What, it's a little too yellow for you?
No, it's all right. It's all right. I like that AK right behind you there. It looks like a SBR. Yeah. Is that
Yeah,
an
it's
SBR?
not.
I think. Oh, it's not. Oh.
Mm-mm.
I just like the triangle
No.
stock on it. That's cool. And
I don't
then
know why
what
this
is
thing
that?
won't
Is
come
that a
up, though.
CAA? Is that a Roni stock down at the bottom? Trying to see.
That is
Oh, there you
that's the one that Palmer 80 has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, did you see Hank in the news about speaking of that stuff where?
So here is my unicorn AR.
Oh. I
I
like
did
the,
it back when unicorns were kind of cool.
Yeah, I like
Now
the
they're-
what kind of weird pistol grip is that on there? Can we get a close up
it
of that
is-
pistol grip?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's see
It's
the pistol
from
grip.
Matador Arms.
That looks. Do you guys see that? Can you bring it closer? Sorry, you're freezing here. Okay, there we go. That's
Is it metal or plastic?
It's metal.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
And then, kind of going back with the unicorn theme, look at this that I just had done.
Now this looks. I like this. Hold on. Let's see if we can get a good close up. Let's
Is
get.
that Cerakoted?
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
gun
that's
candy
actually beautiful.
Cerakote.
Jesus.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, okay. So it's one. It's not multiple colors. It's one.
No, it is. It's multiple colors.
That's,
So did they have to do each thing individually? Oh,
Yep.
fuck me. That must have taken forever.
Yep.
wow.
And this is from Offhand Gear.
That's cool. I
It's
really
cool.
do like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
really cool.
Jesus. I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
patient enough to
Okay,
Cerakote
Ava, you're gonna
something
have
like
to
that.
spend the whole show showing us stuff.
Okay, so then this is my new sticker, and it's a play on White Claw.
Ain't no laws.
Ain't no law.
Gun funny, basic AF, white girl wasted.
Okay.
Not bad, right?
See, Hank doesn't know. It
doesn't
ain't
know.
ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
Yeah.
Hank's doesn't
Walter,
get
do
it.
you know what the hell that all means?
Yeah. Well, I hear that ain't no laws when you drink the claws. I'm thinking that is such a pussy drink.
Oh boy.
I mean, if you're drinking some like what do you call it, like some Jack Daniels or something like that, then there ain't no laws. But I mean, when you're drinking a malt beverage, it's like, oh yes, I am so badass. I'm so cool,
Okay.
you know.
First of all, it actually has like a decent amount of alcohol in it. Second of all, it's only like 90 calories, and I don't think it would hurt you
Okay.
guys to maybe sip on it, okay?
Okay. All right, I'd have to sip like.
Okay,
like 2
listen,
six-packs
I got
before I
something
feel
you can
anything.
sip on right here.
Okay.
No, I heard seltzer's making a comeback. There's like some kind of seltzer from
Dude,
Brooklyn.
everybody. So,
don't you
no,
drink
every
seltzer water?
bar right
Yeah,
now
I do.
is
hmm
making its own seltzer.
Yeah. hmm I was looking
It's
at this.
crazy.
There's some kind of like seltzer from. I was looking at some news article about Brooklyn where they literally take the Brooklyn water out of the pipe, Brooklyn tap water.
Seltzerize it.
Yeah, they
Syrup
seltzerize
in
that
it.
bad boy, and they sell it all over the world,
Ew.
And there's suckers buying it.
and people are buying it. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Suckers
And those
buying
guys are making bank, with that Brooklyn seltzer. I think it's called
It's
Brooklyn
like you
seltzer.
think. It's like you look at some of these endeavors, like, where they sold pet rocks. Like, why the fuck didn't I think about that?
Pet rocks.
Or the what's a couple years
Spinner.
ago, the spinners, the
Fidget
spinners.
spinners. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I'm like, what the fuck? Is that? You know?
Yeah. Did you just
Yeah,
say
but
the
pet
sphincter
rocks-
spinners? The sphincter spinners?
Fidget spinners.
Oh, fidget. Sphincter spinners is what we need to make next, guys.
That's in a whole nother.
Can we
genre.
trademark that right now on this show? What is today's date? Hold on a second. Wednesday,
Sphincter?
October 16th, 2019.
Are you a
I,
sphincter
Hank Strange,
sphincter
hereby.
Are you?
trademark
Is this like combining a butt plug with a fidget spinner? Is that what you're getting at here?
Yes. This
Just
will
like-
be the next thing.
Oh, maybe when you pass gas, it spins.
It's got little fan blades on it.
Like a little, yeah.
Maybe it makes noises too. Like
Got to sound like a kazoo.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Ava is
yeah.
typing. I have an idea. Ava's trying to steal my trademark right now.
Patent it right
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm like, yeah, keep talking, guys.
Don't tell her about tactical fat, okay? Come on.
Oh yeah, no, tactical fat's all me. I don't know if I ever told you about that one, Ava.
Tactical fat.
Yeah.
Tactical fat.
That's
Yes.
like a tactical beard. You have tactical fat.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I practice the art of
Dude.
tactical fat.
I feel like everyone in the gun industry has that. All the guys, anyways.
There's some skinny dudes.
Yeah, there's some.
There's a few.
There's some skinny jeans wearing dudes at the shop. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some guys wearing skinny jeans that aren't skinny, but okay.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Well, it helps to show the tactical fat.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
I
do you
just
have?
thought
Oh.
Huh?
You guys see this?
Do what?
From
That-
Armament and Axis?
Okay,
I'm not in.
Are you
I'm
guys-
not in.
Oh, we remember.
Are you
we
guys
talked
kidding me
about-
right now? You know
oh.
what it means. Remember we
Oh, I
talked
told
about
you. I told you I wasn't gonna remember anything.
Gosh, you guys make the worst girlfriends. If I was like on a blind date and you hooked me up with somebody and I was like, all right, the minute he sits down, I'm gonna let you know. Like,
Yeah.
forget about like you guys, making up an excuse and getting me out of there.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm sorry. Did you do one or the other?
No,
Because I missed that.
Hank would
I
be
didn't-
the worst at that. He's oblivious to like
Yeah.
most things. Hank would absolutely be the worst.
I try-
Like
I try to warn
like,
you about this
date
already. though, now that I
partner.
remember
It would be awful.
Yeah.
Hey, remember that thing that I gotta go do at home? And he'd be like, "No,
Nope.
we fit. There's nothing to do at home. There's absolutely nothing to do there."
I carry my revolver
All
in
right.
single action.
I'm gonna
wants to
go
know
with
if Ava's
I'm gonna
single.
go with this because of that comment.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, see, there we go.
But you don't even remember what that means, so forget it.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, so I know. Can we let the cat out of the bag here? When when Babyface came on the show, Ava was going to give us a signal of whether or not he was cute or must
No, not
execute.
cute. If I liked you or not.
Yeah.
Oh, if she
As a
likes him or
person, not like somebody to date.
We're gonna
Okay.
have to do the replay, but I mean he's engaged. He's engaged. He's getting married in about a week or so.
So I
Hey,
have a
he
week.
already
There's
said
still time,
That's what
yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Strictly platonic. Do you come on?
So basically, what I'm hearing is I have a week to win him
About
over.
a week. About a week. Yeah. That's all you got. That's all you got. He's easy. You got guns. You know.
Whoa,
Yeah.
God, you know.
He's got a baby face. I got the guns.
Yeah.
That's what else can I say?
I guess the baby face isn't really much of a selling point.
Yeah.
Hey,
But yeah, he's. I mean, look, if I had to pick between him and Walther, then yeah, I'd say babyface over here.
Oh wow. What is that like? What am I not
Wait,
even in the equation?
Does
or
this
something
mean that
like
I'm never going to be asked to get back on the show ever? Like I'm never going to be.
We are not like we are very thick-skinned dudes. So we're
Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to be like, yeah.
You haven't even
Let's
seen.
never
They're on
invite
their
that
best
girl back.
behavior because they don't really know you. I think that the last time we did a show, it was just me and you.
Yeah.
So they don't really know you. So they're on their best behavior. I could tell. Walter yesterday was a little off the chain. We had Liberty Doll on, which he's met before. So like the second time around, Walter, if he feels comfortable with you, he goes in. So we'll see. Like he doesn't know. He's like, can she take a joke? Obviously, she could take him and she could dish him out. You don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah. Some folks can.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, aren't you a Brooklyn chick? Where were you? Were you born in Colorado?
So my parents were both from New York, and then I lived in New York City for 8 years.
8 years. Okay, that makes you in Brooklyn, or where'd you live?
No, in the city.
Oh,
like
in Manhattan?
Hello.
Oh, well, forget about it. No.
But my dad was from Brooklyn.
Yes.
Richard Hughes says I need
it's in the blood. It's in the blood. I don't know if I won't go any further than that. Chris Davis says bring you back. Chris Davis says bring you back.
It's overwhelmingly positive on the chat side.
But these are some pretty thirsty gun dudes out there. I mean, like I said, gun guys are lonely. Hello.
And to think I didn't even do my hair today. Imagine if I did my hair.
Yeah. Well, when you got up and showed the gun wall, that's all these guys needed.
Yeah.
So I've been doing bar classes, and I think I'm actually definitely toned up even from last year. It's been a year now that I started doing bar classes.
I don't even know what that is. Is that like?
Well, I drink White Claw. And so I switched from beer to White Claw, and it's made me lose like 20 pounds.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
Just kidding.
Oh, okay. What is bar class? Is that like a exercise, like spin class or something? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is. It's like a mix between I guess Pilates, yoga, ballet, but it's pretty intense.
Okay, that's too many things mixing in.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's fun, intense,
Is it very sweaty?
Kinda. Yeah, you could definitely. Sometimes I'll leave there and it looks like I just jumped out of the shower, if we're being honest.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I don't know if that's good or bad. Usually good. Black Sword Shinobi says the Gorn, yep. So, and Christopher P says guns on the wall, the thirst is real. And Derek's Oil Riggers LLC says bring her back. So there we go. Who wants to show some guns? Who's got some guns they want to show off here? No one's got. Babyface, you got no guns?
I don't have anything.
No guns over there.
Nothing. Well,
so Ava's the only
fancy.
one. So three dudes and Ava, has the guns. Wow.
I have guns, but it's nothing. I have a Glock 21. I have the Krink. I have the.
Are you trying to shame me into doing something?
Yes.
Yeah,
Walter,
I don't have anything fancy sitting around.
Ava
here.
was just saying before you came on how she thought guys who had Glocks were really sexy.
Well, listen, I got a 45 because they don't make a 46.
No, but no. The minute when he said 21, Glock 21, I was like, hard pass.
Oh,
I was like,
why? Wait, hold on.
Oh dear.
What is that? Is that hate on the 45? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
When you want to suppress something, Glock 21's where it's at, especially when it's a $300 police trading Glock 21.
Look, anybody can have a gun. Who's got mortar rounds? Come on.
Actually, that's a pretty good looking one right there. Let's see that, Walter.
Yeah.
Is this something new you acquired, or this has been?
No, it's been just hanging out here. I had it for a while.
Yeah.
I need to show you guys the rest of my guns?
If you,
sure.
We would be happy.
Okay, I will. Let's see what I got over here.
Don't make us force you into it.
No.
Look at this one.
Nice. That's got the rainbow.
Got that.
That tin.
Rainbow finish on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That slide is from who? Faxon? Is that a Faxon slide?
No, this entire gun is from Lone Wolf.
Oh, Lone Wolf. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
But this is a 10 millimeter.
Oh.
So
yeah, Hank, when are you gonna get that barrel for me that we talked about like 6 months ago?
Oh.
from Faxon?
I can't remember.
Yeah, from anybody that will go from a 21 to a 20.
Oh, okay. I can't. What barrel was that?
Because we're supposed to shoot some 10 millimeter, and we still have yet to. The 10 millimeter conversion for the 21.
We're supposed to shoot some 10 millimeter, but we haven't yet.
Yeah.
I haven't. Walter has.
So everyone's throwing up 10 millimeters now. Okay, congratulations, Walter.
You know, I will say I'm not really a fan of the 10 millimeter. Like maybe if I was hiking or something, but that gun was not very pleasant to shoot.
10 millimeter is best.
The 10 millimeter Glock?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was not fun to shoot.
In the 10 millimeter bullpup that Walter was showing, that's a high point, by the way, in a bullpup kit.
In a high tower Armory.
Yeah, it's pleasant in that. I mean.
Yeah, but this thing's heavy. This thing's heavy like a pig.
It's heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I think 10 millimeter is just a new sexiness in the gun world that everyone's like, oh, I like that gun, but it has to be 10 millimeter, otherwise I'll never buy it.
10 millimeter is awesome.
So
don't lie to yourself.
I also have this.
What is it? Let's see. What you got?
It's a polymer 80, but it's done by Danger Close Armament.
Okay, cool. Hold it
They
up
did a pretty good job on it.
A little bit higher. There we go. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And what's the light that's
actually,
on
you know
there?
what? I do have I have the Fix by Q.
Oh,
in
that's
6.5
cool. Yes,
Creedmoor.
let's see that.
Listen, I don't
Alright.
shit gold over here, so I'm not going to be competing with this.
I mean, Ava's got the tactical walls all set up, Babyface. Seriously,
Nah,
man.
I don't.
Yeah. Right now, Babyface has the tactical walls that we have because I can't put any of that up over here.
know.
Oh, this
Are you
is.
guys looking at this?
Look at this. This
Or
is
am
a
I
Q.
just working out for nothing?
No. This is an awesome. This is a Q. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
6.5 Creed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I like
one is a panty dropper.
My panties are already down, baby.
It. Oh, yeah. Ain't no comparing it.
Yeah,
You
you had.
Oh.
Yeah,
You had
I
me
actually,
at Q. You had me at Q.
I flew out to New Hampshire and built this there, and then was able to keep it after.
There.
Oh, nice. So you actually went and built a Q. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Can we see it again? I know, since you've been doing the bar class. Yeah.
What part do you want to see?
Okay,
So
yeah, let's
here's
see
the
the
tip.
muzzle. Yeah, there we go. That's
There's
interesting.
the tip.
Been on for a second.
Just the tip. Okay. The hand guard. Nice. What's the optic you have on there? What's that scope?
Trijicon.
Trijicon scope. Okay, nice. Wow. So what do you
stock.
think's the value on this gun, Ava?
On their website, I think it's close to $3,000.
3,000. Just only $3,000.
Yeah.
I just walk around.
It's like I think it's
That's a
like
bargain.
20. I don't
That's
know.
a
I gotta
bargain.
look.
Yeah.
But the problem is their stuff's like hard to get.
Mm-hmm. I think that's
because-
not. Yeah, I would have thought that was more expensive. Go
The
ahead.
more I think the price is more of a problem than hard to get for me.
No, if you wanted to order one, there's typically like a 10-month waiting, like a back order period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Q is. I don't know how familiar you guys are with Q. I don't own anything from them, but I know that they make really nice suppressors, all kinds of stuff. I think you probably know the history on that better than I do, or maybe Babyface does. But it's a guy who's been in the industry for a long time, making a bunch of different things, right?
Lots of people love him and lots of people hate him. I think
Yeah.
more people hate him than love him.
Yeah, I know when I was hanging out at the gun store a lot, they had a ton of Q stuff in there because all the gun snobs have Q.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems like a gun snob gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not trying. I'm not trying
And
to
I
knock
rubbed
it.
my
I'm just
nose for you.
Well, let me ask this. That's 3,000 or 3,000 plus. Does it shoot any better than the one I can buy from the Savage I can buy in 6.5 Creedmoor? No.
That's like when I jumped on, you guys were talking about that quad lock or whatever. Just about any gun on the market, unless it's a Jimenez, is going to be mechanically more accurate than anybody. You
What's
could
the
put in.
what's the regular lock then? How many locks does a regular gun
regular?
have? Is it a
regular
bi-lock?
old-
Is it a tri-lock?
Yeah, it's marketing wank to wank.
Yeah. Is it a solo lock?
Oh, who unplugged themselves?
Probably
Walter.
Walter. Robert Ayala wants to know if you have the honey badger, and if you do, Ava, then I will marry
Listen,
you.
okay, I will give credit where
No.
credit's due. That honey badger is pretty cool looking.
It is, yeah.
It
It's
is.
got that-
Well, did you see? Did you see the sugar weasel?
No, but I'm gonna go look this up right
Is
now.
that even
That
real?
one you might be able to afford. It's like the poor man's honey badger.
Let's see. Q sugar
it's-
weasel, 7-inch.
Oh yeah, you don't want to Google sugar weasel. I made that mistake.
Hey, this is kind of a cool looking gun.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna look that up. Walter, did you go get a
Which one is that?
Like it's very Scar-esque in that it has like 17 different colors on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like all the colors.
Yeah. Before I look up the sugar weasel, I'm gonna share this from Armin and Axis. He this is his is this Smith & Wesson? Yeah, Smith & Wesson. Looks like a Victory right there. And he's got Ava showing one of her custom Glocks. Boom. So I'm
What is
showing
this?
that off. So people text me stuff and I could throw it up on the screen. So that was someone
Oh, okay.
texting me. Now let me go search Sugar Weevil.
Sugar weevil. Yeah.
Sugar. Hold on. Let me put
That's
that
a
in
whole
here.
different thing. A sugar weevil.
Oh wait, it's not Sugar Weevil.
Weasel. Weasel. Like a
Okay,
like a
weasel.
ferret.
Sugar
Yeah.
Weasel the clown. Oh, this
Okay,
is not gonna go well.
I was be looking at this sugar weasel. What's so special about it?
It's like a cheaper version of the honey
It's a
badger. I
pistol.
think.
Yeah.
Okay,
it
because
is.
it's a pistol.
But
They don't have the price on the website though.
$1,500.
Yeah, no,
As
the
opposed
honey
to
badger's
3.
like 22. So
No, but I'm saying, what do you? I mean, you
Okay, so this looks like a picture of both of them.
Walter's like, what the
want me to throw you one together for 400? I mean,
Listen, do you see the side of that gun where it's got the giant Q logo on the side? Come on.
That's
Yeah.
what. Yeah, that's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
That's what you're paying for.
Duh.
I got me a laser now. I can have
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. You just
wanna-
need to make up your own little cute name, Walter.
You
That's
wanna-
what you're
you wanna-
missing.
You want your yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
We'll
like-
call it Walter's Weasel. How about that?
Yes.
and we'll sell for $2,500.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. E-Rock wants to know, Ava, if you have anything from Daniel Defense.
Nope, I do not.
Okay. There you go.
I don't have any issues with them or anything.
Mhm.
I don't really have a lot of experience with their products, but I don't have anything from them.
Yeah, and Jason St. Pierre is mentioning the marshmallow ferret. I don't know if that's a real thing. Whatever.
I don't know. Do we want to take a chance and Google that?
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Marshmallow. Pornhub.com/marshmallow ferrets.
Oh, okay,
Said
hold on.
no, I'm not. It's literally if you Google marshmallow ferret, it's just white ferrets. Like not dicks. Just fuzzy little white ferrets.
Okay. Motorboater says call it the bunny fart. There you go. Interesting. Okay, and John sent me this picture of boom, I'll throw that up.
Robert Iowa says, "Don't be a hater, Walter."
Yeah.
I just hate to see people throw money away for something just because it's got somebody's name on it. Sorry.
It happens.
Have you
it
guys
happens.
seen the Maxim Defense? It's the PD. I'm sorry. It is a pistol. It's very similar to the Honey Badger. I think it might be
Maxim Defense?
slightly shorter.
PDX.
Yeah. No. Maybe. Yeah. I think that's what it
on
is.
the website is like forearm length. That is ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah, my favorite ridiculous gun in this category, if you want to know, Walter, is the one from Spike's Tactical, the compressor.
I know you've been a compressor nerd forever. It's like
Yeah.
That's not even in the. Well, it's a 300 blackout, I guess. So
It's 300 blackouts, it's
Yeah.
SBR, it's full auto, it's integrally suppressed. And I've shot one. I actually have a video with Mookie. Mookie came out to the Hacienda, and when he was working with Spikes, I don't think he works with Spikes anymore.
This one's not even. This little tiny Maxim Defense isn't even 300 black. It's 5.56. Or
No, they just came out with 300 blackout.
I was gonna say that this doesn't make sense.
Was it at TriggerCon? I talked to him. So that was a few months ago.
is the Maxim Defense one with the wood on it?
No, I have seen that one. That one's really cool.
Yeah, the wood one is nice. I thought that was from Maxim, no? No,
It
what's
Sounds like.
But I mean, isn't this one's very cute? The PDX, and it's only $2,300.
Yeah. 2,300. So Rob from Florida Guns sent me less than $500 build, including the optics, and I'll throw that up so you guys can see it. That's from Rob Florida Guns. Like I said, everyone's sending me their things now. So I got, I put my number out there, Ava, and dudes text me all day.
Dang.
Hank is proud of that.
Yeah.
Right? So they're not. They don't even have to slide into those DMs anymore.
No.
You just made it. You made it that easy for them.
Yeah.
You buy the cow when you get the milk for free.
Right?
It's a good thing I can't get pregnant.
I guess.
Brian Quick says, I'd pay $1,500 for an AR before I paid $500 for a PSA. There's a difference beyond just the name. That's from Brian Quick. PSA is making
I don't
good
know.
stuff.
I think PSA is definitely kind of up their quality. I don't think they're there 100%, but I have a 308 somewhere from them, and I ended up I got a $1,300 AR or AR-10 from Gun Tech, and the PSA was definitely so much better.
Yeah. I think
I don't know.
Yeah, they're upping their quality. And Brian Quick also says that those things you're talking about, Walter, are from Battle Arms, the wood ones. Yeah.
Gosh, Battle Arms development makes some really nice stuff. Their stuff is so pricey though.
Yeah, that's expensive. That's way more than $3,000.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah, it's more than. But they do have that one that has like the wood, the wood stock, the wood handguard. Yeah, it comes in the.
Actually, you know who just kind of branched off and started making some wood accessories is one of my sponsors, Sharps Bros. They have what is it? The wooden grip and then some panels that go on your handguard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not impressed.
Sharps Bros. No. I like Sharps Bros.
I'm looking them up.
Sharps Bros
cool.
they make good good milled receivers and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Fancy freaking receiver.
So it's Brazilian cherry AR pattern grips with a
they got those like what are those
the
things?
little
M-lock grip things.
Yeah. The panels.
Yeah, M-lock grip panels. That's kind of cool.
It's different.
I see we've talked about this before on Hank's podcast, but I think all of us on here are just kind of tired of the plain Jane AR.
Well,
yeah. And then also like bolt action's like really making a comeback too. At least that's what I think. I don't know. Maybe it has been pretty hot, but I've just noticed it more because I'm getting into long distance shooting. But Sharps Bros also did. They made a chassis for the Howa called the Heat Seeker, and that looks pretty nice too.
Heard about that, Hank? Have you talked about a Howa before?
I have.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
Yeah, there was someone I met from Howa, but then people move around so much, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Walter, what were you just gonna say?
No, I was. We were talking about. Oh fuck, I can't remember. Sorry. I was reading the chat. I got to start reading the chat. I was reading about what they were saying about the guns that cost more.
Oh, okay. You can get lost in that. E-Rock wants to know what you do for a living, Ava.
I am a firearms instructor, and I've had my own business now for a little over 6 years, and then I own the podcast called Gun Funny, and I've had that now for a little over 2 years. And then, that's what I do full time.
Okay, very cool. David Cardinal says, if I'm spending crazy, pretentious money, it's on an FK Brno 7.5.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Whatevs. You know what's crazy? So Rob Pincus, I saw Rob Pincus, I think in Atlanta at an event. I think Maj was doing an event. I saw Pincus out there, right? Shout out to Pincus, by the way. I saw he put up a video about the November 2nd,
the DC.
The DC rally. But anyway, so Pincus had his gun that he's working on, and then he had this crazy looking movie gun, and he was like, hey, listen, you can go, the place we were at was a range, you can go, indoor range, you could go shoot it. He was like, you should go shoot this thing, right? And I saw it, and I thought, wow, this gun looks cool, looks like a movie gun. I took pictures and everything, but I just didn't get around to shooting it. And then I got back home, and someone talked about the FK Brno. And I think, what is the FK Brno, like 10 grand? Eight, somewhere there. And I looked it up, and I was like, holy crap, that was the gun that Rob was telling me to go shoot.
I don't know why.
And I missed out on that. Yeah.
I don't know how you missed that, because I would have jumped on it.
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know. But listen, Rob's in Florida a lot, and I bet you he
Tell him
has
to bring it
that.
with him.
Yeah, I bet you he has that. I know right now he's in Florida, I think, doing some training stuff. We can always go hang out if you want to, if you really want to shoot that.
I really do want to shoot it.
It's just one of those things you have to do. It's a bucket list thing.
Yeah, I'm probably never gonna own one.
Yeah. Have you ever shot that, Ava? Probably.
Mm-mm.
Oh no. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Walter? You want to go shoot it?
If it was laying there, yeah, I'd take a. I mean, it's in fives. Is it in 5.7? What's in
7.5 BRNO?
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah, their own crazy round. Yeah.
I read all about
7.5 FK. I'm sorry.
When the news came out about them, I read all about them. I was like, oh, this is a cool gun. I want one of those. And I'm looking, and it's like $8,000. I'm like, no,
yeah,
one of those. No.
Yeah,
I don't need it that bad.
Yeah.
When I did the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say I did the same thing. I read through. I was like following the development of it. I'm like, this is fucking sweet. This looks so cool. And then they announced prices and availability. I was like, yep, never gonna own that.
No,
That's never gonna be.
I can get a lot of other things for $8,000.
Never say never, guys. See, now this makes a Cabot Guns look like a bargain, doesn't it?
Oh,
Right.
You brought up another good subject. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, listen, if you have the money, I'm going to tell you guys right now, if I have the money, I'll buy $1 million gun.
I'm all there with you. Go for it, man. Like I said, I mean, if you want to turn your lights on and turn the sprinklers on all day, 24/7, you can pay for it. Rock on, man.
Yeah.
Rock it.
There's
Rock it. Do
no
it.
limits. I'll buy one of those moon guns from Cabot Guns.
Hey,
Yeah.
You're supporting the economy, man. Go for it.
Special moon meteorites,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moon goon, gunpowder, and all that stuff.
Kryptonite, whatever, man.
Yeah.
It's all in.
And then I'll just pull out the Beretta and I'll shoot you.
Yeah. Do you have a price limit, Ava, at which you're like, no, I'm not spending that much money on guns?
I don't know.
Good.
So, after I bought my house and stuff, and I live, I mean, there's now it's like adult or buy the gun. And
adults or buy the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not saying starve. I'm not saying starve or don't pay your bills. But if you got the money,
but I would say I probably wouldn't. I probably would not spend more than $2,000 on a gun.
Oh,
more than 2,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only one gun that I would go crazy for, and that's
What's
a
that?
transferable MP5, which is like $30,000. Beyond that,
but I couldn't even justify spending that much.
oh, I would shoot it every weekend and
It's worth
break
it.
my bank, break the bank in ammo costs.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you
Beyond that, nah, $2,000 is probably my limit.
Yeah. If you could get a loan, would you do a loan, or would you put it on layaway?
I don't do that. My mom always told me if you don't have the money, don't buy it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, I'm in
Alright.
the same boat. Especially $30,000. That's a lot of friggin' money.
Yeah.
Trying to do something.
So I see somebody in the comments, Screaming Skull Saloon. So if they had $5,000, they'd buy the Cobalt Kinetics AR. Did you guys just see that Cobalt Kinetics just came out finally with their guns, their 1911s?
No. Cobalt Kinetics. Hold on. Let me look that up.
Cobalt Kinetics, the leader in premium AR-15s.
What?
Well, they pretty much disappeared for, I don't know, the
Yeah,
last
they've been out
year
of the
and a
game
half.
for a while. Yeah. By the way, let me just
Yeah.
throw this up real quickly from Gerald. Let's throw his gun up
This
there.
is a $5,000 AR-15?
What? Okay.
Cobalt
no.
Kinetics.
Is that-
Let me look at Cobalt Kinetics.
Because the stock doesn't even line up perfectly. If I'm spending $5,000, I want that fucking stock on the back to actually line up correctly. Like that's the main picture on their website.
And what did they come out with now? 1911.
They just came out with a few 1911 pistols.
What were they
They
known
look
for
nice,
before?
but-
Yeah, I know that.
Wow,
name.
that's earth shaking. Nobody makes a 1911.
Right.
Oh my God.
So that's exactly what I was saying, on my Patreon, because I posted it as soon as I got the email, and it's like, all right, well, what's differentiating yours from every other company right now making, custom 1911s? And even their ARs, I've reviewed quite a few of their ARs. They were super heavy, and I don't know, they were okay. It wasn't like it didn't change my life or anything. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
think I
trying to
would go out
find
and buy
pictures
one.
of the 1911. Let's see. Are any of their Cobalt Kinetics?
Do they have them on the website, or did they? Because I got the email. Apparently, I'm.
No,
No,
there.
this looks like an AmmoLand picture that I see from AmmoLand News. Looks like they have a thing on it.
Yeah.
Which I see John Crump is in the chat there. I don't know if he's gotten a look at these. They may be out there.
Like I said, I think they just announced it yesterday, and they look nice, but I mean, you can only anything can look nice, but does it does it shoot well?
Jason St. Pierre says he wants one of Walther's 50 cals. Let's see, Stompin' You Customs, he's out there. He says, I love my Krebs Custom AC-18. Well worth the money. And Dude Abides says 10K limit if I had it as disposable income for a Barrett LPR 50 BMG or 416 Barrett. So there you go.
I just reviewed a bunch of Krebs Custom AKs. I haven't reviewed the new one, but they shot actually really well.
Whoever is happy with their Krebs, I would like to see them go run a course of fire with that gun. Just let me know how that goes, because you're going to be dead in like a fifth of the way through it.
Well, you're
Those
saying
things
that they're
are
heavy?
so fucking heavy. Those are the heaviest fucking
know.
AKs on the planet.
You
I
don't
actually didn't
have
really-
any feelings
I
about
didn't-
that, do you, or what? I mean, it's like,
It was fun. It shot great, and it was well built. Like the one Hank had, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But it was built on a Vepr chassis with all like the front heavy stuff. Holy shit, it was a heavy gun.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe because I've been working out, but I didn't think it was really that heavy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Scrawny arms.
Yeah. I think you wanna take this back.
No, Hank was in the same boat. Don't even try to throw me under this bus.
Listen, ultimately, I think if I was gonna carry an AK, I probably would carry. If that was gonna be my only thing, I'd probably carry something that you're gonna think is heavier. To be honest with you, because I'm just gonna feel.
Well, going back to the Q, the fix. So this gun, I think it weighs a little less than 8 pounds, and when I was shooting long distance with it, I realized pretty quickly I want something that's a little bit heavier, because then I was shooting other people's guns that were a lot heavier, and it was so much more comfortable to shoot. But if you were to use this gun for like hunting or something, and you're going to be carrying it around, which is mostly what you do when you go hunting, not that I really know from experience, but then you want a lighter gun.
Yeah. Armament and Axis says if it's milled, it's heavy. I think there's an advantage to the heavy. If you want light, then I get it. There's a difference between those two things, in my opinion.
yeah.
So, yeah. Listen, if it's the apocalypse, man, and you're carrying this thing around, you're just gonna get buff. You've seen all the pictures of the apocalypse.
Just gonna get buff, or you're gonna get dead. One of the two. The only option is to get buff, because the other option is
you die. Yeah.
The zombies get
I would
you.
rather carry a heavy gun than the frickin' steel plating, to be honest with you.
Oh god, yeah.
True.
Yeah, way easier, okay? So I think eventually you forget about the weight, but,
Yeah, for a while I was hunting with an HK91, so you'll feel what 9
That's some
pounds-
weight.
Yeah.
After you tote 9 pounds all day long, you'll get a.
Have you ever seen those YouTube videos of soldiers like using the saws
Yeah.
in Iraq and stuff like that? You ever saw that video? Those mofos are badass, man, running around with the saws.
Oh fuck yeah, those things are heavy as hell.
The ammo that they're carrying. I was looking at one video, and whoever the sergeant or whatever was like, "Dude, slow down. This is all your ammo." That's heavy. That's heavy. So think about that for a second. It brings the thunder and the lightning, but those things are heavy. So would you, if you were in an apocalyptic situation, would you like to be running around with a saw?
Hell yeah.
No, fuck no.
I mean,
absolutely
it'd
not.
be better than nothing, but
Fuck no, I'm not running around with a saw. Am I the only one here that's thought this through? If I'm running around, I want lightweight. A saw is a squad automatic weapon. You're going to put it on the roof. You're going to put it out a window. I don't want to fucking run around with that.
okay.
That's
First of
crazy
all,
talk.
babyface, you need to simmer down. We all know what a saw is, okay?
Crazy talking over here. Running around with that? Come on.
A saw is lightweight compared to, say, an M60 or
Just make it better though.
It's
Have
a
you
pretty
picked up-
effective gun
want
to be running
lightweight.
around with. I'll tell you that.
I was moving around my MG42 yesterday.
That's
showing some
heavy.
people. You know how heavy is an MG42, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
Listen,
badass, man.
I'm going to
Badass.
say it again, yo. Tactical fat. This is what the tactical fat
Well,
is all about.
that's how you lose the tactical fat.
Exactly.
That's how you use the tactical
Exactly.
fat, is by-
Yeah. You'll burn all that tactical fat running around. You'll be all buff. You know, at the end of the apocalypse, you know, everyone's going to look good. The skinny guys are going to die first because they got they got no storage.
A little bit of fat to fall back on.
Yeah. You know. But yes, when I look at that, I was like, wow, man, how these kids are out there running around. Those are some badasses right there running around with those. So, yeah, man, you got nothing to complain about. So let's see, what is the Krebs? How much does that weigh? Like Ava was saying, you've got that gun you were just talking about, Ava. It's not the Krebs. It was like 8 pounds. How heavy is
that's the fix. But the Krebs, I don't know. Maybe the ones that you've handled were like his older models. I don't know if he's changed it up, but I had 3 of his guns, and they really weren't heavy.
Yeah,
and they shot well. Like they were actually pretty accurate for an AK.
Yeah, well, like that Accutech. So there's a company you probably never heard of it, but I've done some stuff with them. Accutech. They make these bull barrels for AKs. And so I built one with them, and it's milled, receiver and all that kind of stuff. It's heavy, but that thing is so accurate. It was. You see, you haven't shot it yet, babyface. If you shoot it, you'd be like, oh, okay.
You know what? Let's do it. I would like to see my okay reaction.
Well, I've got a Polish pattern milled receiver gun. Mm-hmm. I've got a couple of milled receiver AKs, so we can compare them all if you want.
Yeah, I think it's worth the weight that you have on it if you want to rock and roll with an AK. I mean, yes, an AR is light, but when I first started doing this, I liked 308 over the 5.56, to be honest.
308's always more fun than 5.56.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's going to be heavy.
So for me, it's like it really depends on how well it's built and the stock on it, because some of these freaking guns, like I don't have a ton of meat up here, and even though I'm like shouldering it, like in obviously this pocket, it still like beats the crap out of my shoulder.
Okay, so you don't like the 308.
I'd prefer 5.56.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. In an apocalypse, you're gonna like a 308 or an AK probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you got a rock and roll, you ain't gonna feel the recoil.
Honestly, in apocalypse, I think I'm just gonna hang out with Rocky Mountain Bear because he said he'd carry a saw for me.
Anywhere for him.
No problem.
I wouldn't even notice the weight.
Yeah.
No, you want to find a dude that can carry the 240. Forget about the fucking little saw. If he can carry a 240 for you, that's your boy there.
Now we're getting nice and macho.
308 belt fit. Yeah. Then they can really rock and roll with a 240. Yeah, you can.
I could say, you know what's funny? I've talked to people who think that the what is it again? What is the thing with the boot that has like the
scar?
The scar,
yeah.
People think the scar hit the
Scar 17S.
The scar 17. Yeah, they think that's too heavy.
That's not heavy. That's not heavy. That's a White Claw drinker. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like the guy who was telling me this is
if you're watching your calories. And no, not for you. Scar's not for you. No.
Yeah. Rocky Mountain Bear says, "I will carry it all" in that accent. So I just want you to know, like you're thinking of an accent in your mind. No, I'm just teasing him. He says he'll carry it all.
I'll take it anywhere you want.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone thinks it's going to be all like that in the apocalypse. You don't want to see Ava in the apocalypse. This is Ava, and we're still in civilization. Can you imagine her in the apocalypse?
Sorry, guys, it's a free-for-all.
Yeah, man, come on.
Every man for himself.
She's going to go cannibal. I'm pretty sure she's going to be one of those first people to go cannibal out there.
And I'm going to be like, do I want dark meat or light meat?
Yeah. All those dudes that want to carry stuff, they will be like, oh, yeah, just come on up over here. Yeah. Stocked up for the winter. Yeah. Don't believe that, man. There's lots of people waiting for do you ever come across gun guys that are just waiting for the apocalypse because they think their world is going to get so much better?
Oh my God.
I know. I stay away from dating those types of guys.
Oh my God, it's like the craziest.
I have lots of friends like that, man, that they're like, dude, the apocalypse, when this apocalypse comes, man, It's on. It's on. There's lots of people living for that dream of the apocalypse.
Here's the thing with the apocalypse. If it ever happens, I'll shoot at a few moving targets, for fun. But after that, like, I'm not trying to survive where there isn't running water, there isn't a nice bed, like, like high thread count sheets. Like, I'm not even trying. I'm not about that life. Like, I'm going down with everyone else.
Yeah.
Okay, if you White Claw drinkers.
Oh boy, here goes Walt.
There's no White Claw. Like, what? Like,
no
what's the
White Claw.
point of living?
Yeah.
Get some Jack Daniels or something, and let's go shooting. Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah. Who wants to be in the apocalypse when you can't even get some booty without looking over your shoulder and all that?
Right.
That. Yeah.
This thing is so light. Come on, man.
People think the Scar Heavy is heavy.
Well, this is not a Scar Heavy. This is 17.
17.
This is straight up 17.
Okay, so the Scar Heavy is what? What's the
Full auto version?
It's 20-inch barrel, longer handle.
Oh, okay.
But it's still not that heavy. Come on.
The 20. Hank, have you tried the 20S yet? I have one that I can get a hold of that we can shoot, and that's not heavy either.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
That I need to go borrow.
Put your White Claw away and get some.
Yeah.
Mix up some hooch and get down.
Can I tell you guys something? We never talked about this Beta O'Rourke thing, so we better do it.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I've been sitting here waiting.
Francis.
Yeah, for the poor people, we've got over 100 people watching this thing, and they're like,
okay,
false advertising. What's up with Beta O'Rourke?
Go for it. On your mark, get set, go.
Okay, let's see. So Beta O'Rourke, where is that article?
Oh, sorry,
There we
we're
go.
going.
Yeah, here's the.
My favorite thing that people have been saying is you can't buy back what you never owned in the first place. It's like, you're not buying back my gun. It's not a buyback. You're stealing it from me.
Right.
It's a confiscation.
Yeah.
So we all know about what he was talking about, and there's this CNN article. Let me see if I could just throw this up here on the screen. So CNN was talking to him. CNN. And this is what their headline says. O'Rourke struggles to outline specifics on proposed mandatory gun buyback. You guys can look at the video. It's on CNN. I'm obviously not going to play the video here, but they kept asking him questions over and over again, like, how exactly are you going to do this? How are you going to make people? And he's like, we're not going to make people do anything. The buyback's just going to be mandatory.
Law-abiding citizens. He keeps saying about law-abiding citizens or I'm like, what are you, some kind of an idiot? Come on.
Yeah.
Ask him how many bump stocks have been turned in by law-abiding citizens.
Yeah.
I think actually in Colorado, I know this. It's only been one.
One
bump stock in Colorado?
And that's just because this person had like a high-profile job, so they were like, I don't want to risk it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not, so don't think I'm a traitor, but I do have some friends that are ATF. But the ones out here in Colorado are pretty cool. They're gun guys. And so, I don't know, I was having brunch with a lot of them, and they were saying that it was only one person in Colorado that turned in their bump stock.
So
nobody's going to do it. And it's like, you can't really trace it. Even if there is like some paper trail where like you ordered it from the company and, there's some sort of online trail, like, all right, well, yeah, I sold it to so-and-so, or like there's just, it's so stupid. And then even with guns, I mean, with ARs and stuff, and it's like, it drives me nuts that they keep like wanting to ban assault rifles. Even last week when I was flying back from Texas, I sat next to this lady and she was saying that like she goes hunting, she likes guns, but she thinks that those assault things should be banned. And I was like, oh, well, assault about? What?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean assault? Because I was like, you fucking idiot. Like, I want you to tell me what you think you're talking about, because clearly you don't know. And so I was just like making her realize, like, you don't even know what you're talking about, but you want it to be banned.
Yeah, what's the definition, and how are they going to define an assault rifle, right? We think it's all, we know it's all bullshit.
Yeah, well, don't even get me started on her hunting rifles will do more damage than a typical, 5.56.
Yeah.
Well, once they classify her hunting rifle as an assault rifle, then it's well,
yeah. That's the rub right there. What's the classification? He could say this, oh, it's just the assault rifles. Who wants an assault rifle? This guy. You know what I'm saying? Who wants an attack helicopter? Me. Who wants nuclear weapons? I want to be like freaking.
No.
I want to be like what's his name? Kim Jong Un. I want to be riding on my white horse.
Listen, if you
with my
have the
buttons
money
on
and the resources to
Hell yeah.
to take yellow cake or to take uranium and turn it into yellow cake, fuck yeah, you deserve some nukes. Because that shit is not. You can't just go out and make that.
Yeah, Walter said. Wait a second, we missed the thing here though. Walter says he doesn't want any nukes.
I don't want no
for
damn
you?
nukes, man.
Oh,
You got to maintain those
interesting.
things.
Because
It's
if I
true,
get some,
yeah.
if
Can't
I
let
get
it
some
just-
nukes, I'm bringing them to Safety Harbor, and Safety Harbor is going to be a sovereign nation. I'm taking
Good
over.
luck.
I'm going to be the king of Safety Harbor.
I
You
don't
know,
want no damn
I'm
nukes.
riding into Safety Harbor. That's where Walter lives.
That shit
Listen,
kills you. That stuff, that nuclear stuff kills you.
I'm riding in
enough
there on my
trouble.
white horse with my nukes trailing behind me.
Hey,
You better bring a whole trail little White Claw with you.
Hank, I have enough trouble coming home from the range and cleaning my like couple guns that I shoot. Can you imagine trying to maintain a nuclear warhead?
Yeah.
Like, fuck
I
that.
couldn't.
I don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
I know it seems like such a great idea to go to the range with like all like your 30 guns, and then
And you're like,
you
I
come
don't-
home and you're like, dang it, now I got to clean them.
Yeah.
That's like when I go to Hank's every
Sucks.
Yeah.
Walter has to drive home
Yeah.
2 hours. Like guns.
Yeah. Okay, but if you go to the range with 30 guns, do you actually shoot all of those guns? Because
God,
that's
no.
interesting.
No. So typically I'm like, I think that I'm going to shoot all of them, and then I end up like shooting like 5. But then I'm like, cool, now I got to take them all in my car.
Yeah.
Put it
Why?
It's just like, such a pain.
Yeah, you
It's
have to
work.
be
It's
very
work.
specific. You have to be. Yeah. Also, nowadays,
Yeah.
like whenever I shoot a gun, there's video getting done because.
Yeah, well,
And
but
then,
how could
then
you
we
not?
have to hear Hank and Lola arguing, and then we have the
But Hank, as like, I mean, like as a YouTuber, you cannot go to the range anymore and not have a camera. Like you're
It's-
stupid not to
Yeah.
have a camera and record
It's
it.
so annoying.
Yeah.
It is. It's super annoying. Like I have gotten to the point where it's like, it almost takes away like the joy of like shooting because it almost feels like work. Granted, there's a lot of other things that would be much worse in the world, to do for a living, but I mean, you can't just shoot without a camera
you
rolling.
can't miss an opportunity. Come on.
No.
No,
Listen,
you
it was
can't. You
so
gotta-
much
you
more
gotta
fun
create
to
that
just
content.
shoot. Yeah, it's
That
so
might
much more
be-
fun to just shoot your guns and don't have to think about making the video, and then the video has
And
to be
talking
good
about
because
it
people
and-
complain about you if you're
Right.
not this or not that, and you have to think
If
about
you
all
can't
of that.
shoot a sky accurately, but
Yeah.
some other random girl who just
go
came
ahead.
into YouTube can do it
Yeah,
better.
rub it in. Listen, if I
Yeah.
need to pull the trigger on something, I'll say we didn't get into that, but I'll just say it right now. I do not care that much about accuracy unless
Well,
I'm
no,
doing
for
something.
self-defense, you don't care. For self-defense, you're literally aiming for center of exposed mass. But I think that there is something to be said about, being able to shoot accurately and applying all of those shooting fundamentals.
Yes, absolutely there is, and you should try
You
to
should
do
practice
that.
both.
Yeah, you should practice to do that so that when you have to do it under stress, you're better like than a New York City police officer, for example.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's
you
not
wanna-
hard.
You want to have better accuracy than
Unfortunately.
that. Yeah. And if you do get into a situation like a hostage thing or whatever, of course you want to, but honestly, most of the time I don't even aim. That's just
Yeah.
the way that I think that you're in a real life situation, you're not really, if you're going to take that much time.
You're not going to line up your sights.
Yeah. But there's people who think
If
they're going
I'm
to take all
lucky-
that kind of time.
Like if I'm lucky, the minute that front sight hits my target and then I shoot, but I think about that all the time. Like chances are I'm probably not even gonna, point that front sight. I'm just going to point, like aim and pull the trigger
Yeah.
because I'm gonna want to like take down the threat as quick as possible.
Yeah. Look at Guns and Gear always shares these videos. Other people share them too, with the guy with a knife rushing at a police officer
Oh.
or something.
Within 20, 25 feet or
21
30
feet.
feet.
Yeah.
21
No, it's
feet, it's
21 feet.
over.
They can cover twice the amount of distance by
Yep.
the time the guy with the gun can pull the gun out of their holster, fire 2 rounds at the target.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're really, obviously I don't do what you do, Ava, but if you're really thinking about that, a lot of times that thing is you're actually probably going to be shooting from the hip or something like that,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I say that too. You might even just have enough time to pull the gun out of your holster on your hip, rotate, and then fire from your hip.
Mm-hmm.
Or, typically in a gunfight, like your hands are the first things to get shot. So you might have to shoot with your non-dominant hand. Like everyone always assumes they're going to have plenty of time. They're going to be in that perfect stance. They're going to be able to line up their sights, but yeah, it's going to be.
It's never going to happen like that.
No.
Yeah.
You know, you can always run the other direction too for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always this. I've heard people say that, even some of these tactical guys. You don't have to go head to head with the guy that comes after you. You can haul ass in the other direction for a while. He's not going to shoot you with a knife. and I mean that might sound pussy.
But he can still throw the knife.
Oh yeah.
That's why he said that at 21 feet he could cover twice the amount of distance, because even if you shoot them, they can still, you know, let's say they throw the knife at you, there's still momentum. They're running towards you.
Oh yeah, even if they trip or something, they can still plunge it into your heart.
Totally.
Well,
You nick an artery, you're done.
That's what I'm saying. You can exit stage left for a little bit too.
If you can, of course, tactically, if you can retreat, you should. But guess what?
Absolutely.
And one of the big things you have to think about is, who are you? How do you react to stress?
Yeah.
And have you been under that stress?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I say that too in my classes, because you can plan all day long. You could think you're a freaking operator, and yet. Yeah, I remember like 6 months ago, I thought somebody broke into my house. You think I'd be like G.I. Jane, you know, clearing rooms, cutting the pie. No, I'm in the closet, like three-way text message with my girlfriend, my little dog. I got my gun.
Oh, you're saving the dog first. Yeah.
I had one of those moments where Marley was in nursing school up in Jacksonville, and so it was the dog and I by ourselves, and I hear a loud thump in the night, and it was one of those like, is there somebody? Is somebody in the house? I no shit. I like grabbed the gun. I like went to the door by the bedroom, and I was like, I'm not moving. I'm just gonna wait here. I'm not gonna go looking. If I hear more noise, maybe I'll do something, but I'm not getting up.
But that's smart, because like personally, I live alone, so if I hear noise and I'm on the second floor and there's somebody on the first floor, I'm not gonna go and see. So I actually, after that night, I set up cameras where they're looking all throughout my first floor. So I can see every angle. I can pull up on my phone the camera, see that there's somebody in my house. Only if they come up to the second floor am I then going to, you know, shoot them. But other than that, I'm not going to go down there and put myself in danger when they can take whatever they want, because at the end of the day, I have insurance and it's all replaceable.
Yep. Whenever I do CCW classes, some every now and then you get people that come in that are like, they have that Rambo complex. Like, if somebody comes to my house, I'm gonna kill them. And you're like,
oh yeah, I hear it all the time.
Really? Really think about that. Is it really worth killing a dude over a TV? Like, I understand castle doctrine here in Florida. Like, you want to protect your own, but it's like, I don't know if I really want to kill somebody over a TV.
And then there's also the people that come in all the time. They're like, well, my neighbor, he's a cop, and he said that if I have to, you know, pull up my gun, make sure I kill him so they can't come back and sue me.
Your same neighbor cop will be the one locking your ass up.
Your ass, yeah.
And I'm just like, well, it's going to be one of those classes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't really know what happens until you go through it. I think you should definitely train. You should definitely think about these things. You should be prepared. You know, all that kind of stuff.
But the truth is you can prepare all day and still.
And if you get jumped and you're not ready, there ain't no preparing that's going to do it.
Oh, I know. Well, that's why I also tell people, like, keep a round loaded in the chamber. Like, you think you're going to have time to quickly pull out your gun out of your holster and, you know,
never gonna happen.
Load the gun as somebody jumps you from behind. Like, you probably don't even have enough time to pull your gun out.
Right.
Yeah. Red Bear, and by the way, we're over 9 o'clock, so I'm going to wrap it up. Red Bear says, this is why I practice my sweet tomahawk skills. I enter Mo mode. Yeah.
Well, you know, you watch that scene with Mel Gibson and the Flint Rock rifles. That's completely doable, because you can't reload fast enough to stop a guy with a close up with a tomahawk weapon like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a scary thought.
Also, let me explain something to you. It's really awesome in the movies when they use slow-mo cameras and it's in the script and they shoot from different angles.
Yeah.
Real life goes a little faster. You don't even know what happens. Sometimes you don't even know what you're looking at. I remember, I think I've told this before, but I'll tell this really quick. I remember a couple of years ago when we first got the goats and there was like a virus going around Florida killing off all the goats. You guys remember that? And we had a bunch of goats and they were just dying and it was freaking me out. I had no idea why they were dying. And one time I went outside and I saw one of these goats dead, and I looked off in the distance to like what's behind my range there, and I swear I saw like a big massive wolf walking by
Chupacabra.
and look and like it stopped and looked at me and was like, "What, mofo?" And I was like, "This." So I had my gun on me, but I went back and got my AR and I came out. I was like, "I'm murking this wolf out." Whatever this like big ass coyote is. And when I actually got up there, it was cows.
There was your neighbor's cows.
There was some cows.
Your mind made that wolf.
Yeah, my mind just messed with me, and that has never happened before, right? And I was like, "Wow, what just happened?" Because I was about to take out all these cows, So yeah, you don't know. You don't know until you face it, and you don't know what your brain's going to do. Yeah, a lot of people, if you talk to them after that, they can't even tell you what happened.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's why they say don't give a statement. At least allow 24 hours or more to pass.
Yeah, because a lot of times you're just going to react to it. So, okay, listen, let's wrap this up or whatever. Before I do, I just want to let everyone know there's no show tomorrow. There's no show on Friday. Lola, myself, the boys, we're going back to New York City. We have to do the memorial for my mom, so we're not going to have the show. And then I think I don't think there's going to be a show Monday. Maybe in the middle of next week we'll do something, and I think after that then there's the wedding and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Yeah. So it's going to be a little crazy. But for everyone who's listening, watching this or whatever, if you can, look at some of the other stuff. And I've got some things set up. They're going to go up on the Hank Strange channel. Let's see. Let's start with Babyface P. Babyface, how can the folks catch up to you? The videos and things like that?
Yeah, Babyface P on YouTube, baby_face P on Instagram. I got a couple more things that I'm going to film before we leave. I'm going to try to film before we leave because we're leaving Friday and we're going to be gone all next week for the wedding. So I'm going to try to get some stuff scheduled so something will go out while we're gone, but it may be a little slow for a week or so. Mm-hmm. But we're getting married, so you guys can fucking deal with it. That's it.
Okay, all righty. Congratulations on that.
We're gonna be busy. Okay.
We'll be busy.
Yeah, Walter, how can the people keep touch with you?
Facebook, Instagram, Safety Hour Firearms.
Yeah.
What else here we got? God, my mind went blank after that whole wedding thing.
Yeah.
By the way, my daughter's getting married in New Orleans, so we're going to deal with that fucking wedding stuff
exactly.
Too. And y'all can fucking suck it. Wow. But anyways, I gotta pay for this one, so
Yeah.
But anyways,
yeah,
Facebook,
you're gonna
Instagram.
be sucking it. That's
what. Sucking air.
Yeah.
How much did that cost? No, I know how much it cost. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram. Let's just go on. Go to Ava.
Absolutely. Ava, feel free because these guys have already...
All right, well, I'm not going to be dealing with any wedding stuff, so I'll be producing content. And you can find that on YouTube. Just search for Ava Flanell, Flanell. Otherwise, I'm on Instagram. My podcast is called Gun Funny. You can just go to gunfunny.com to find links to that. And I'm on Instagram, Elite Firearms and Training, as well as Gun Funny Podcast. And thank you so much for having me on. I'm sorry that I busted your guys' balls. Hopefully it didn't really, do any damage long term.
Yeah.
Listen, I gotta have kids in the next upcoming years.
Oh boy.
Careful with that.
I was bullied.
Sorry.
Fine. They've already
this
had
was
kids.
supposed to be our safe space, Ava.
Sorry, here's some White Claw.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I want to thank everyone. All the condolences out there. I appreciate it from everyone. Thanks, guys. So we will be back. Let me drop the end on you guys before I say my final words here. We'll just do the end thing. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the thumbs ups, ring the bell so you can be notified every time we post stuff here. And we're also like on iTunes and Podbean and all those places that you find podcasts. Appreciate everyone that downloads those and listens to those. I don't know, what final words you guys have? Oh, of course, I want to thank the lovely Ava Flanell of Gun Funny.
Aw, thank you.
For coming here on the show and bringing a bright ray of sunshine.
So much sunshine.
This dark, deep.
I don't know. Am I selling this? Yeah.
Can you just say it like you mean it?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but thank you.
By the way,
so
send
much
me
for
that
having me on. It's
Hellcat
always
because.
fun.
Oh, you're absolutely welcome, Ava. It's always fun, actually, to have you on. Send us that Hellcat because I have a really good idea for a review of that we would like to do.
Okay.
You might get it back. It might be a little wet.
Don't do it. Don't send it to him.
It
Okay.
might smell a little funny, but
He'll get
don't
that
worry about
Hellcat. She sent me a Hellcat. When do I get to drive it? Oh, it's
Yeah.
gone. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
No. Actually, I'm looking for. You're gonna do a review at some time, right, Ava?
Yeah, I'll probably. Probably like within the next month, I'll do something.
All right, cool. Yeah. Any final words from any of you guys? Patrick, Walter, Ava, anyone got anything to say?
Catch you
say
guys
out
in a
there?
week.
Nope. I'm gonna link up with Lola and find a date to have you come on my show.
Okay, cool, awesome.
So,
I would love to do that.
yeah.
I'd be happy to do it.
Awesome.
Just me.
That's
right?
why I
Not
figured if
Lola.
I put you on the spot, you can't say no.
Yeah. Sure. No.
No, I don't want to.
No, I'll come on. Absolutely, I'll be on there. And if you're looking for people, I know Babyface P, man. He's like a massive YouTuber. He's got like 1,015.
Fuck yeah.
15.
Dang.
You know, he's growing every day, man. He's on the way to a
Right.
million. Yeah, and Walter would probably love to be on there too if you're looking for,
You're looking for someone
someone with a big, massive head.
to punish,
Yeah.
yes.
For a 1911 lover. Okay.
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it.
A guy who has a lot of Berettas.
I have two.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we'll do that. Thanks,
All right.
everyone, for joining us. We'll see you guys. We're out of here. Be safe. We'll see you when we get back. Peace.
See ya.